Cam's doing the It is an Elimination Sunday, first semi-final day in Bendigo football for 2025. Do or die, cutthroat, winner takes all. It is Gisborne and South Bendigo in a high-stakes clash on a cloudy Sunday afternoon, with Sandhurst progressing through to a grand final yesterday. Eagle Hawk lays in wait for the winner of today's clash between the Bloods and the Bulldogs. Great to have you with us. Live 25, local fresh footy from the home of country football, the Queen Elizabeth Oval. A big day in store. We've got a cracker of a reserves contest on at the moment. It is South Bendigo by a point deep into the last term. Earlier today, the Bloods beat Strathfield, say, in the under-18s as well. And a massive afternoon of football still to come your way, whether you're listening on 101.5 in Central Victoria, online on the Community Plus radio app, or via the BFNL stream. Match of the day. It is great to have you with us. Joel Peterson in for the call. Norm Jenkin, part of our team this afternoon. We'll check in with Cam Power very shortly as well. And South Bendigo have won the reserves 7-3-45 to 6-8-44. So the Bloods to progress in season 2025. Calling the action alongside me this afternoon is Father Jackson Saunders. Jacko, terrific to see you.
Great to be here, Joel. I'm really excited. It's very wet on the Queen Elizabeth Oval. We've had heaps of rain overnight. Big contest today. South Bendigo have won both their clashes against Gisborne this year by 27 and 42 points. There's a lot at stake, on the other hand, for Gisborne too. They don't want to go out in straight sets in this final series, and they have their own challenges today. Obviously, they're without their captain and gun defender, Jack Reaper. Also, Braden Blake, we know, is out with a torn bicep as well. They haven't had him of recent weeks, but they are two big outs, obviously, for Gisborne. So there's challenges either way you look at it, but I think this will be a really close game. It's curtains for the loser today, so they have to win to advance to the preliminary final next week and to take on Eagle Hawk, who, as we know, lost yesterday to Sandhurst.
Absolutely. Analysing things for us this afternoon, a man with a wealth of football experience throughout Central Victoria, premiership player at Mount Pleasant. He's coached, he's played all around Central Victorian football. Great to have Dennis Grinton with us. G'day, Grints. Good to see you.
Joel, how are you, mate? Thanks for having me. You forgot a premiership at Northern United, but that's okay. That's in the
Back in the 90s?
Yeah, 89, mate, was the last one.
How old were you?
16 on the
16.
day.
You would have played with some greats in that.
Unbelievable, yeah. Gary Mountjoy, Jared Geary, Gavin Exel, just to name a few.
That's wild.
Probably
That's a good story for later in the day.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah. Eddie Shields was another bloke. He was an absolute freak. Today would suit him, very wet ground, but I've seen an absolutely outstanding side in the second half yesterday, Sandhurst. Very, very hard to beat if the conditions stay dry in the next couple of weeks.
We'll get to the team news. So there are a few changes if you're playing along at home. The Bloods have included Ollie Turnbull into their team. You can scratch Luke Darling, you can scratch Joel Swatton, you can scratch Caden Antonovich, and Will Allen played in the reserves. For Gisborne, just the one change. Of course, Hugo Olive comes out of the team, the backup ruck. Luke Miletus is in, with Jack Reaper having come out of the team. And Cam Power is going to catch up with the Gisborne captain very, very soon indeed. In fact, we might be able to check in with Cam as we speak, as we go across to the poolside change rooms. He's the captain, unfortunately, not out there today, Cam, but he's sidled up alongside you as we say a very good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Joel. I have been very lucky enough to get Jack over here. So, Jack, a bit of unfortunate news for you throughout the week, unfortunately ruling you out. Firstly, how are you travelling?
Knee doesn't feel too bad. Obviously did it a few weeks ago in Strath and been playing through it, but it's pretty bad news on Wednesday when I got the scan. But that's footy. We move on and we go again.
So you're talking about that the last few weeks we haven't gone to plan for you guys. So what changes are you guys making to try and implement a bit of a different result today?
Yeah, we're just owning the wall. I think a lot of the media and a lot of everyone else is probably writing us off with all our injuries and the squad we've got left. We're just going to be really aggressive with the ball movement. We've got nothing to lose today. Playing a lot of forward half footy and just being really aggressive. So we're just going to take the game on. We're happy with it. Gisborne has come up this morning and put a bit of wetness on the ground, and we'll see how we go.
You definitely have brought that Gisborne weather with you, but it's looking like it might be a little bit more dry for the start of the game. So interesting decision that Hugo Olive goes out. Is that a bit of a tactical decision to potentially limit the height, or what was the reasoning there?
Yeah, Hugo's been amazing for us. Hugo's just playing his first year in the twos, a 19-year-old kid. Obviously with Rado going out, we had to make some, whether we ruck the Dennehy boys or ruck Hugo, and we thought we'd look after their bodies and ruck Hugo for a bit, but then he himself final. But we just thought with Big Crispy, where, as I said, we're going to be aggressive and play to our strengths. So we're going to the Denahay boys to get out, and poor Hugo misses out. But he's been amazing playing his first 3 games of senior footy in the last 3 weeks. I think that experience will hold him in good stead in coming years.
Obviously, with your leadership and obviously being captain, a bit of an important.
I'll help him out. Rob and I have a very similar footy mind, so we'll counsel each other at different times throughout the game. No specific role. I'll assist Jared Lynch, our backline coach, and Rob, and we'll go from there. I think with the amount of injured players we've got, it'll be a full bench and a lot of minds. So we'll let the blokes go to work that have been doing it all year, but we'll just see how it goes.
Might be a real rough one, obviously, with the potency of the Aiden Antonowitz not playing. Probably helps you guys a little bit, but they've still got plenty of options down there. So who are we expecting to step up in your absence and maybe get a one-on-one role?
Yeah, well, whenever I play against South, it's awkward with their small full forwards, Harvey, Antonowitz and Strubens. I know, as you said, Caden's not playing today, but whenever I play against South, I find myself getting in awkward roles and playing on smaller ones. I'm not quick enough to play on those two. So Zach Vescovi has had a great year and 3 or 4 years playing on those types, so he'll handle those, and then we'll see how the backline goes from there.
Jack, thank you very much for your time joining us here pre-game. All the best with the injury, and hopefully you recover well, and we might be able to see you towards the back end of next year.
Thanks, Cam. Enjoy the day.
Good on you, Cam, and great to have Jack Reaper join our coverage here, Live 25, local fresh footy. The injured Gisborne captain. Of course, today it is Father's Day as well, so happy birthday or happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, of which Jack is one for the first time. So to Pat McKenna, who will be out there for the Dogs this afternoon as well.
As are you, Joel.
Yes.
So happy Father's Day.
Thanks, Jacko.
Tell
Thank
us more
you.
about that.
Yeah, little Max, he's going well. 4 weeks on Friday. So I feel like I haven't deserved it, to be fair. 4 weeks, I feel like I don't deserve the celebration and a few gifts, but it's sort of one of those things. If it comes your way, you're happy to partake.
Yes, Kez has probably got the wrong end of the stick there.
Oh, absolutely.
The mothers usually
Well,
do
their
a lot of the
birthday's in March
groundwork.
and Mother's Day's in May, so it's no good for Kez, but beautifully timed for me. Just quietly. Hey, let's talk about the task at hand. South Bendigo are out there warming up. Gisborne are still yet to enter the playing field for this afternoon's contest. But these two teams met twice during the season. And interestingly, Grins, it was South Bendigo on both occasions. The only team to beat Gisborne on both occasions they faced them throughout the course of the regular season. 27 points in round 2 down at Gardner Reserve. 42 points in round 9 at Harry Trott Oval. From a coaching perspective, from a playing perspective, what do you take from regular season matchups coming into a game like today?
Well, obviously Gisborne's going to have to shuffle their defence with their captain out, Reap. So I think that may work in their favour, believe it or not. I know he's such a good player. He's a Bendigo representative and he's full-back of Bendigo. But South's forward are different than the rest of the comp. They're all little buzzers. They buzz around. I know, as he said, I know Antowitz is out the whiz, but the rest of the boys, they cover the ground and they change position in the forward half. One will play deep, and then you'll find them mid forward, and then you'll find them high forward. So that they really mix it up, and they actually contribute in the goals as well. Obviously, Brock Harvey's kicked 47, Strubens 44, so they share the goals. And then you got Fallon midfielder. He's kicked 13. Haddo kicked 12. A couple of midfielders can get in. The bloke I love for South Bendigo, though, Joel, is number 4, Zimmerman.
Anthony Zimmerman.
He looks 108, and that's no disrespect to him. But, mate, today's weather will suit him and Benaki. They're just in, they're under, they're bulls. But he actually has 25 more inside 50s than any other South player. So if you're going to, and he's a great ball user. So if you're going to nullify South and their scoring opportunities forward and keep them forwards out, you need pressure up the ground, Joel.
Yeah, the Reaper matchup's a fascinating one. It leaves a lot for Zach Vescovi to do, but he is, along with Charlie Langford, perhaps the most versatile defender in the competition. So they're well stocked to deal with the challenge, but as you mentioned, it is a unique prospect that South Bendigo throws up to have, you know, a three-headed, today a two-headed sort of forward line, but they want to spread it out and they want to play potentially closer to the ground. Yeah,
100%. So it's going to be one of them fascinating midfields. One thing I noticed about South last week was Cripps in the ruck. And he's got a little backup ruckman today in Lockwood that I've seen at Bendigo Pine.
Reasonably handy.
Dominate at that level, at the coach level, in the ruck. His leap is amazing. So you've got two blokes that can leap at the footy. his ability to hit his midfielders on the run through the midfield and around stoppage was amazing last week, against Strath, and that's what made him win the game.
Yeah, it's Odin Lockwood, the winner of the Pioneers Best and Fairest earlier today, I believe.
Really?
So he's put together a really good season there, a consistent year, and he's taken that out. Jacko, you called the Bloods last Sunday. One performance that I wanted to highlight out of that was Jack Fallon, whose last quarter was immense. So the goal, he was involved in a number of plays, took a big mark on the outer side as well. Sort of, you think of Toby Green, you think of Sam Darcy when you see what he was able to do last Sunday afternoon. He will be instrumental if South Bendigo are to get across the line today.
He was excellent last week, Jack Fallon. He kicked 2 goals and had 23 touches against the Strathfield Storm in the Bloods' 10-point elimination final win last Sunday. So he is a classy player, and not only is he good on the field, Grints, but he also exercises leadership in so many ways. Obviously, he is the co-coach, plus we know last year he tasted premiership success with White Hills in the Heathcote District Football League, leading them to the end of a 36-year premiership drought.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you last week. That last quarter was one to behold. You know, when finals are on the line, you need your leaders to stand up in really important moments, and he did that last week. His goal from the pocket, the scoreboard pocket, was absolutely elite. Just a quality finish. He's a quality finisher, and South have probably got a few of them. But I love a kid from Gisborne. We've talked a lot about South. I love a kid from Gisborne, James Gray.
Yep.
A kid that's probably won their best and fairest, come in late last year, was the captain of the under-19s in Bendigo. But he goes inside 50. His ball use inside 50 is elite. He's gone in there 48 times more than any other player for Gisborne. So he's the run and carry through the middle of the ground. And if he can get on the end of a couple, he might give their forwards a great opportunity. Luxmore, and I love McKenna. I think he's the best forward in the league. He hasn't played much. He hasn't had any stability in his body this year. But I think his ability to get up and down the ground is that new forward type role.
James Gray's a really interesting case in that we think of him as a good young player. He's just a good player. Like, this kid is a genuine star of this competition.
100%.
Already.
Yep.
Already.
Well, in the grand final last year, I know they got beat, but in an important moment, he kicked a goal, and I thought, this kid's going. And credit to the coach and staff at Gisborne. They've just got this kid over summer. They've got him fit, and they know he's got a bit of leg speed, and they've said, we're just going to put you in the middle of the ground for the rest of the year, son. You just do your work. And he has improved each game he's played at Bendigo League level.
Under-18 premiership player, of course, as well, is James Gray. So he is a real talent. We know what he's done with the Interleague program too, as you mentioned. So the Gisborne side of things this afternoon, they started the year like a house on fire. They beat Sandhurst twice during the regular season. They beat Sandhurst in round 13 at home, and then they had a stumble against Golden Square. They just fell over the line against Strathfield, say. Then they had a precipitous fall against Sandhurst in the last round of the home and away, and they were narrowly beaten by Eagle Hawk last week. If you take their how do you assess their form coming into a game like today, Grints? Which Gisborne do we get?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I reckon the conditions today will suit Gisborne. Obviously, down at Gardner Reserve, the ball spin.
That was beautiful down there today. Yeah. What are you talking about? When I drove up from home, it wasn't raining. No,
yeah, but during the year, you get that contested footy. And they've probably got, arguably, outside a couple of boys from Sandhurst and one from Eagle Hawk, the best contested player in the league, and that's Braden Benacki. But I did notice that a man called Brody Haddo is smashing in clearance this year, like in the competition. So I took away looking at that this morning. Whoever wins the midfield battle today and that contested footy will probably going away to win the game today. To answer your question about Gisborne, they've just got to bring it in the pressure side of it. If they don't bring that, I thought they were great last week. I watched a lot of the vision last week from the Eagle Gisborne game. They had some great moments. The other thing I like about Gisborne, they will hit their short. A lot of these sides like bombing the ball in is where they'll hit their short. And if South if they zone off and allow them that short, I know it's not a day for shorts, but if you use it at the right time, that could break this game open today.
And we know it's been, whatever happens with Gisborne from now, and we'll get back to it, they do turn up in finals and they tend to play well. Let's go downstairs to Cam.
Hey, g'day. Thanks again, Joel. I've got Jake Polpratt, one of the assistant coaches for South Bendigo, who's jumped on board to help out towards the end of this year. How are the boys looking ahead for today, mate?
Yeah, really good. I think, having beat Gisborne twice this year, these kind of conditions really suit us. So, yeah, really confident going into today.
So the conditions obviously playing a big factor in today. A little bit different to what you played in last week. There's a few changes to the side. Is any of that to do with the conditions?
No, they weren't. Obviously, there was the suspension and then, Swatto was out injured. So, no, look, I think the conditions, obviously, Gisborne love this type of conditions too, but it's really going to be who wants it more. You see, day like today, who's going to put their head over it and who's going to do the little things, better.
Speaking of that, Joel Swatton did cop a little bit of a nasty one last week. How's he travelling?
Yeah, I think he's getting there. Yeah, as you'd expect. A little bit sore, but yeah, he's getting there.
You must be pretty excited, though, with a big opportunity today for Callum Crisp to really grab a game, obviously, without Gisborne kind of going in with a recognised ruckman. Is that somewhere you think you can really advantage today?
Absolutely, and Cal's been dominant all year against anyone he's played, so I think he'll try and get his hand on it first, and hopefully we can get it going forward in the mids, and can really give us a good kickstart.
Strubens and Brock Harvey down there, it might be a day for them. They love these kind of conditions.
I think so, and we're a little bit smaller, obviously, without Jim Davies as well, so a little bit smaller, which wasn't planned, but actually helps these conditions. So hopefully we get the ball on the ground and those two can go to work.
Jake, thank you very much for the time and all the best for today.
Very, very handy player, Jake Pelprat's part of a number of great Benalla teams, Sandhurst Premiership player as well. So great to get some insight from him. And I saw your eyebrows raise. Grint's mine did as well when he said we're pretty confident coming in today.
Well, I suppose I've never heard anyone really say, we patter around that comment, but
I love it.
I love it. He's honest in saying that these conditions would suit him today the way he plays.
Yes.
But, one thing I do look at Joel, I did raise my eyebrows there. I think you just be a little bit more low-key until the game's finished.
You don't have to come down the track to every delivery.
Yeah, that's it. His score involvements, mate. Gisborne are plus 20 in that area this year than South, and I think that's a key of kids like Gray and that coming through the middle of the ground using the ball properly inside 50. South need to... Today's conditions kind of put a little bit of a spin on that, and I like what he said. Let's get it in there and let the little mosquito fleet go to work. Which I think number 8, Nishki. I think he'll be key today.
Hugely important, hugely experienced in these big games as well. Cam.
Yeah, I've just been down for the toss of the coin, Joel. So it's been won by Zach Hare of South Bendigo. They're kicking towards the Bendigo City end of the ground, which is the left of the radio dial if I'm out in this direction. It's very wet out here, very muddy as well, so I'm expecting a lot of territory game to be really advantaged today, and there's a lot of standing water on this near wing too, so certainly something to keep an eye on. I reckon they'll be looking to play that far wing that looks a little bit nicer. For me, Joel, I'm leaning towards Gisborne. I think that the regular season home and away form for them, they obviously finished a little bit higher than South on the ladder, and I just think the conditions do suit them a little bit, and maybe that ruckman mightn't pay too much of a dividend to this game, so I am taking the Bulldogs.
Terrific, Cam. I didn't ask. That's a nice value add. And if you could tell that standing water to sit down when the game starts, that'd be terrific as well. Grits, which way do we go this afternoon? Gisborne, South Bendigo.
I'm going to go South. I think they're coming in with a nice win last week, and they've got a really good list today. I think they're up and about today.
Jacko?
Callum Crisp in the ruck, I think, will give South Bendigo the edge. The Bloods by 2 goals won't be high scoring.
I tipped Gisborne when they played at Harry Trott Oval earlier in the season, and I think maybe the Bloods today will win it. It is the end of the road for one of these teams in season 2025. It may be the end of the road for Gisborne as far as senior football goes in Bendigo altogether. The elimination semi-final, it's the Bloods and the Bulldogs on a cutthroat Sunday at the QEO. Live 25 local fresh footy. Here's Jackson Saunders.
And Callum Crisp, a delightful tap to Zimmerman. Sharks at inside 50. Dropping the mark was Jake Normington defensively. Kane Mins picks it up. He clears to half-back. For how long goes the question? Not long indeed. Straight to Callum Crisp. He pokes the kick to half-forward. And getting in the way again was Kane Mins, who intercepted beautifully. And he'll take it across half-back in front of the scoreboard for the Bulldogs.
Under 18 premiership player with the Dogs, Mins. Hesitates on the options for a moment. Comes short to Murphy, who swings it across the defensive 50. An expansive kick. He's able to find Evans at half-back for the Dogs. Loops the handball forward. Vescovi overran it. Lockwood went sliding through Saturday Night Fever style. Couldn't take the footy with him. Evans comes away with it, and he's just been clipped after he got rid of the ball, so he's a little bit sore. The kick up toward Johns bounces out of play at left half forward for the Dogs, and we will get a stoppage. Minute played. South Bendigo won both of the games in the regular season, as we said. Now Lockie Evans is coming off the ground, so that's a bit of a headache early for Gisborne.
It is across left half forward for Gisborne. They're attacking to the Barnard Street end in this opening term. It's a first semi-final from the boundary throw-in. Free kick for a hold, and it is going to Callum Crisp. It was against the ruckman, Jed Dennehy of Gisborne. So Callum Crisp across half-back, an excellent footballer who's played 16 games this season for South Bendigo, sends it to the wing, but the ball goes out of bounds. It was a little shy of its intended target, Hayden Geddes.
Grids, a couple of interesting matchups early. Jack Fallon started deep forward, and with the job on Harvey is Harry Manders.
Yeah, it is an interesting matchup. They've gone small. So small on Strubens. It's going to be a really interesting matchup down there, mate, yes.
Cam, Lockie Evans downstairs.
Yeah, early concerns for Gisborne. He copped one a little bit early and he's come straight to the bench into the hands of the trainers and really hasn't moved towards the bench yet, so certainly one to keep an eye on. And right in front of us here, you can see the players are really slipping and sliding around out here, so Joel.
As we saw a couple of weeks ago when South played Golden Square on that torrential day at Harry Trott Oval. Dogs kick it up toward half forward. Some good desperate defence from Turnbull. Under 18 player coming into the Bloods team this afternoon. Scrambling kick out of defence for the Bloods. He's marked by Dennehy, who got thrown down after he marked at Jed Dennehy. He's not paid the 50 to go with the mark, so he'll take his kick. It's a low spearing kick inside forward 50 onto the chest of Benaki. And with a dry footy, Brad Benaki might be a chance from here, but he'll have to go all the way from 50.
He's actually getting tagged by Hayden Geddes, Benaki, so...
He wants to drop it off as well. McKenna was the target of the kick, couldn't take it with him. Johnston's flying shot at goal is out of bounds on the full.
Probably prefer a centering kick on that occasion, but anyway, he went for the diddly sticks and he put it out in the full. Yeah, he's got a run with today, number 25 for South. Hayden Geddes is going to tag Benaki. They're going to put a bit of time on him today.
Andrew Van Humen for the Bloods in those yellow boots. To half-back, he wants Alexander Smith. Couldn't complete the grab. The ball is a little wet given the rain we've had overnight, so it's slippery for the players, and that's exactly what unfolded there, Grints, in that stoppage.
Yeah, absolute cake of sate the ball. It's going to be just an absolutely contested game for the rest of the game, boys.
It's going to be tough going. It'll be a taxing afternoon. Here's Nitschke providing some burst for the Bloods as he did last week in a best on ground performance. Scraps the kick to half forward, picked up by Lockwood to Fallon. Oh, Strubens almost with one hand running back with the fight. Then he's held off the footy by Manders. He gets shoved across the line by Sims. Ball was out before Zach Sims got his snap away. And so it'll be a throw in inside forward 50 for the Bloods.
You just got to watch Crisp and Fallon around these stoppages. Cripps will just Lockhart's taken this one.
40 metres away from South Bendigo's goal in the right forward pocket. Bloods going to the city end. No score on the board for either side. We've played just over 4 minutes in this first semi-final. Sunday afternoon action, live 25 local fresh footy. Boundary throw-in was shallow. Will it be repeated? It will. The field umpire
straight back into the face of the breeze there.
A little bit of push and shove off the ball as well. Callum Crisp copping a little bit of treatment from a few of the Gisborne boys down here.
Expect that in finals footy. Hey, would it be a good thing for the central umpires to tell these young boundary umpires to come in 5 or 10 metres today?
General practice, I reckon, yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
It would be a very smart
And there we go.
Or even 15.
Yeah, 15.
The voice of wisdom from Dennis Grinton on Live 25. Local fresh footy from the boundary throw-in. Lockwood was out-muscled by Dennehy, and it's picked up across half-back for Benaki, for the Dogs to centre wing. Luxmore receives. He kicks a quick one off the left. Davis gets in the way, though. He got hands to it. Van Humen supports him. Luxmore front and centre is tackled, goes to ground for the Dogs. Excellent tackling from Ollie Turnbull, who's into the side today, and will have a ball up on centre wing in front of the Gisborne's dugout where Coach Rob Waters watches on.
Now, a big story emerging. Pat McKenna's just limped off the ground, so that would be real injury into insult for the Dogs. How does he look, Cam?
Yeah, he certainly was just about to make comment on that. He's just hobbled off the ground. Looks like maybe an ankle, but in good news for Gisborne, Lockie Evans is about to re-enter the field as well.
So that would be a big loss. Keep an eye on Pat McKenna throughout the course of the afternoon. 6 minutes gone in the opening term. No score between Gisborne and South Bendigo in the first semi-final Sandhurst defeated Eagle Hawk by 61 points yesterday to progress to the cider. It'll be the two Blues against the winner of today. Next week on Saturday afternoon for a spot in the grand final against the Dragons. Ball rumbles its way forward for the Bloods from the stoppage. Vescovi picks it up. He's not coming away from the contest. He and Haddo can't be separated. Interleague teammates for the last couple of years, those two. We'll get it tossed up again. Crisp down decisively back into the corridor. Hacked off the ground by Langley. Spilt through the hands of Merritt for the Dogs. Sliding in was Rustbridge. Merritt's back on top of him to lay the tackle. And into the centre of the QEO, just to the attacking side of the centre circles for the Bloods. We'll have it tossed up again.
In that last stoppage, Joel, I thought, gee, it looks spongy out there. That's how I describe the conditions at the moment. Quick boot to ball from Jasper Langley for the Bloods inside 50, but the Dogs are able to clear. They do so to centre wing. Zimmerman chases after it, but first there for Gisborne was Darcy Young, who aids it to the boundary line in front of the interchange gates, and we'll have it tossed back in. Dennis, how challenging are these spongy conditions early on?
Very challenging. Game of territory now. The ball is absolutely like a cake of soap, so it's just kicking it at little pockets of space and let your forwards or your mids run onto it. Benaki's very dangerous around stoppage because he's always the only fella on the move.
Reigning Mickelson medalist Brad Benaki, of course, he and Braden Blake and Lockie Tardrew shared it last year. He'll be in the throes of the count again, no doubt, this season, as will Brody Haddo. Here's Harvey, the Ron Best medalist. Curling kick inside forward 50. Knocked down by Vescovi. Struben's kept it alive for the Bloods. Can't take it with him. It's paddled over the boundary line. It goes out of play, and it'll be tossed back in. Right forward pocket. Bloods into attack. 8 gone first term. No score on the borders yet. Live 25, local fresh footy. Thanks to our sponsor, Don Smallgoods. He's Don, he's good.
I'm wondering when we'll get our first goal. It's certainly taking us a while to get one, that's for sure. Lots of players inside attacking 54 South Bendigo. Lockwood didn't get hands to it, nor did Dennehy in that ruck contest. Lockwood gets it now. Hand pass, though, intercepted by Ryan Burke. His hand pass stolen by Geddes. Comes to Zimmerman. He dances around a would-be tackler. Flying shot at goal. But he's put it out of bounds on the full. And still, Joel, no goal forthcoming. 0-0 is the score for both sides. And we've gone just under 9 minutes.
They will come at some point, Jackson. Hopefully. Hopefully it's not like that game we called a few weeks ago at Harry Trott Oval, and we got 4 for the day. Merritt up in the middle of the ground. Evans now for the Dogs. Tried to find Trotter with the hand pass. Ended up in the hands of Young. Blasted inside the forward 50. And that is a stout defensive mark from the youngster in Turnbull, who played on and was almost run down as he got rid of it. Kicks out toward the wing. Langley taps it onto Hare. Hare down the line for the Bloods. A tumbling kick toward Lockwood. Shoved off it. Well done by Bretherton. Gave it to Merritt. Tumbles his kick back the other way in front of the grandstand for the Dogs. Johns goes to ground. Scoops it up to Luxmore. Kick around the body up toward half forward. It's just desperate, tough, frenetic stuff from both teams at the moment. But Naki's been bumped when he didn't have it. And he will have the free kick 60 metres out directly in front.
I thought that was a fair bump from Rusbridge there, Dennis.
Yeah,
we'll get
fair
your
bump.
opinion in a moment. Benaki, he's got it. 55 metres out. He goes long to the pocket. It's deep. And it'll go out of bounds. What was your thoughts on that umpiring decision?
Probably just a fair bump. Anyway, the decision was made. I found it interesting why Benaki would go to the pocket there. It's because South had set up behind the footy in the hole, so he had nowhere else to go.
No players are inside. South Bendigo's attacking 50. It's a crowded forward line for Gisborne. Luxmore takes it out of the ruck. Benaki sharks it. It comes to Miletus. He snaps, but it's been marked on the defensive goal line by Zach Hare, who's got it at full back for the Bloods. So the skipper considers options. He goes long to half back, comes to ground level. Chance for Jasper Langley. He gives the hand pass off, and the Bloods are out across half back.
Collins, all kinds of big game experience. Jesse Collins kicks to half forward. Crashing his way through there was Jake Normington.
What a take by Jake.
Yep, goes out of play.
Early on, boys, I'm going to tell you who's going to win this game. Whoever can handle the ball cleanest below their knees. Whoever can do that and control and embrace that pressure coming at them will win this game of footy.
And some good news for the Dogs. Pat McKenna has just returned to the field as well. Got his ankle strapped, but he's back on the field now.
Good stuff, Cam. Thank you. Cam Power downstairs. Dennis Gritton in the experts chair this afternoon. Joel Peterson, Father Jackson Saunders calling the footy for you. Live 25 local fresh footy. Great to have you with us at the QEO. Merritt kicks the Dogs up to half forward away from the stoppage. Turnbull's been important early for the Bloods. He got tripped and he went sliding through the centre there. No whistle on the play. Murphy drags it in. And we're forced to a neutral once more. So 11 minutes played. Still no score. First semi, Bloods and the Bulldogs. Winner plays on in 2025. For the loser, it is curtains.
It is indeed. And good tackling from Haddo, but Gisborne still managed to get it up to half forward. Defensive effort, terrific there by Turnbull. He has support. Andrew Van Humen is fumbling. Darcy Young under siege. So too McKenna. Can they work it out? Opportunity for Jacob Murphy for the Dogs. No one can get clean hands to it. Davis in defence. Now chance Young. Boot to ball. Interception. Good. And Zach Hare, Mr. Reliable. The skipper, the teacher, instructs well from defence.
Shares the kick now with Collins. In front of the pool change rooms. He floats on and over the top for Geddes. Kicks down the poolside wing. Lockwood the target of the kick. Skittles the pack. Werner's out the back. Couldn't take it with him. Jasper Langley gets a kick away to the edge of the 50 for the Bloods. It bounces and brings up some standing water. Terrific pick up from Fallon. Throws it on the boot. Kicks away to the right. Minor score. It is the first score of the ball game. 12.5 minutes in. Bloods lead by that. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder.
Vescovi's kick delightful. That was textbook style to James Gray across halfback, who's played 17 games this year for the Dogs. His kick to centre wing missed the intended target. Campbell Johns was lurking. Zach Hare pressured well, had support from Turnbull. I've liked his first term. He gets it forward through sheer strength. In the front position, chance for Josh Nitsky. They get it to half forward. Stolen again. Trot out for the Dogs. By hand to Manders. Up to centre half forward. Can he find a teammate? He's wanting Benaki. He's got two against him. He beats them both.
Wow.
He feeds the hand pass wide to James Gray. Check side inside 50. McKenna drops the mark. Front and centre. Tackle from Sims. Brilliant. The Dogs are still a chance. McKenna's taken out over the boundary. A magnificent passage of play, but no goal forthcoming.
What about the pick-up and the spin and the twist and the kick by Benaki? Unbelievable to release Gray on the outside. That's what I talk about, them little moments where you can handle the footy under the pressure like that will be a big factor in today's game.
He's a magnificent talent, Brad Benaki. Bendigo footy all the better for having his services full-time the last couple of years. McKenna does the ruck work inside forward 50 for the Dogs. They can't be cleared at the stoppage. Trotter lays the tackle.
Interesting, Joel, yesterday's game, completely different conditions, but the score at quarter time yesterday was 2 behinds to 3, so could we be on for a very similar scoreline here?
It's the sort of intensity and physicality of finals footy. Kick around the body here for the Dogs at the stoppage. Young slices it forward, top of the goal square. Free kick going to Gisborne. And the footy will be in the hands of Tom Werner. 20 metres out, directly in front.
Got to take your opportunity today, boys. 20 in front, should not miss.
For the first goal of the game in his first season in Dogs colours, Tom Werner comes in, strikes, and strikes truly. Bulldogs on the board, and they take the lead at the 13-minute mark of the opening term. Live 25, local fresh footy. It's Gisborne by 5 points. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers.
It was just first in, probably a ticky touch free kick, but anyway, he's first in for the footy, didn't have it, got a half tackle on him, umpire paid it. So that's the key to it, boys, being first for that footy, and you get the rewards.
Absolutely, that's his 11th goal of the season. Thomas Werner has been in their best 6 on 3 occasions this year. In the centre, it'll be Lockwood against Zach Dennehy. Who gets up first? It's Lockwood. It's in the mud pot there in the middle. The Dogs get arms to it first. Dylan Johnston is tackled beautifully and goes to ground. Immense pressure applied on him by Josh Nitsky, so we'll have a secondary ball up. Centre wing, grandstand side. Lockwood taps it over his head. He wanted Nitsky. Lockwood follows up. Then he gets Nitsky. Kick partially smothered. Ricochets out to the wing. Well, maybe it wasn't touched. The mark has been paid. Jasper Langley up to centre half forward. Kick had too much height on it for Sims. Collins. Sims picks up. He'll have to be quick. That was clever by Collins. He whacked it forward over his head about 10 metres. but no one was in the path for South Bendigo. Gisborne had a wall of defenders there, so they've locked it up on the painted defensive 50, and we'll have a ball up with Gisborne leading by 5 points.
Yeah, like seagulls around a chip there, boys. That ball is not coming out easy.
16 played opening term. Thoughts of Dennis Grinton with you. Live 25 local fresh footy. Stoppage inside the arc for the Bloods. Langley gets crunched in the tackle, not coming away with that. Manders rushing in to lock him up. And we'll have another stoppage right on the blue paint of the forward 50 at the city end of the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Sims came in hot, couldn't take the footy with him for the Bloods. Dribbles its way to Harvey at full forward. Socket desperately out of defence by Merritt toward the pool side, who gained as much territory as he could. Footy skids across the boundary line. Umpire says chuck it in. Out in front of the netball courts, where later today in the A grade it'll be Gisborne and South Bendigo, who will play for a spot to take on Sandhurst in a prelim next week. It is a 5-point lead to Gisborne. We're 17 through the first. Live 25 local fresh footy.
Zach Dennehy got the tap out to no one's particular advantage. Fortuitously comes to Jacob Murphy though for the Dogs, and Thomas Werner has space. It's bouncing in front of him. It's skidding along the turf. He's tackled from behind by Langley. McKenna picks it up. Feeds off the hand pass to no one though. South Bendigo clear. It's scrappy. It's across half forward. Jed Dennehy can't pick up the pill either. Who can? No one at the moment. It sprinkles out towards left half forward for Gisborne. Zach Hare threw himself on top of it and was tackled. A stoppage. Ball up. South Bendigo are behind. Gisborne 6 points. They lead by 5 headed into attack.
It's been tough going for both teams in attack so far. Johnston bashes it inside the forward 50 here for the Dogs. A chance maybe for a scoring opportunity. Johns had it, lost it, dispossessed. Young goes in for Gisborne. Trying to clear the danger for the Bloods. Brereton, kick around the body, tumbles out toward the South Bendigo. In fact, the Gisborne bench up there at that northern end of the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Be thrown back into play. 18 gone first term. Gisborne 1 straight. South Bendigo yet to score. Been happening off the footy as Zimmerman upends Dylan Johnston. Joel Peterson, Jackson Saunders, Dennis Grinton, Cam Power with you. Norm Jenkin running his eyes over things from a stats perspective throughout the course of the afternoon. Lockwood scurries his way to the front of the ruck contest. Tapped it down, but Aki can't keep it in for the Dogs. We'll do it all again.
We will indeed. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. A cheerio to Silly Hicks too, one of our avid listeners on Live 25 local fresh footy. So we'll have a toss back in. All players basically on the grandstand side wing, or that half of the ground at the moment. Lockwood knocks it down. He did beautifully. Brereton front and centre, follows up with a tackle, and we will have another ball up. The Dogs, incidentally, across their first 13 games of the season, won the contested footy on 12 occasions. So today's wet weather could suit them throughout the day, because it's certainly rough and rugged footy at the moment. And from the boundary throw-in, a free kick's been picked out. It will go to the Dogs. Free kick for a push in the back. Matthew Merritt at centre half forward. Deep, inside 50, wants McKenna. Good spoil from the Bloods. Haddo gets the crumb. He's tackled. Ball is locked up at the bottom of the pack, and a ball up.
I think that last free kick was paid for holding the ball, which I've seen a few other ones that haven't been paid a little bit worse than that one there, Jackson.
It's all right. That we can work into the game, Cam, with the umpiring. That's absolutely fine. Ground level footy for Brereton inside defensive 50. Free kick. This one is going to the Bloods. It'll be taken by Tommy Brereton in the back pocket. Shares it with Haddo. 3-time best and fairest winner for South Bendigo. Drops the mark there. Good enough to clean it up. Kick exit to defensive 50. McCaig scoops the handball forward. Knocked on by Mins for the Dogs, who takes possession between the wing and half back. Now he looks for an aggressive infield kick and turns it over to Strubitz, who's got space in front of him. He drops it into a bucket for Fallon. A 50-metre kick around the body. And the co-coach running back with the flight pulls it in 45 from home.
Yeah, Mims, probably not a day to go back through the middle today. Just overkicked it. Yeah, not a day to be coming back through the middle of the ground and taking a dangerous... Didn't need to do it.
He's got their only score on the board so far, Jack Fallon. He played a brilliant individual fourth quarter to get them through to this stage. What an important part he's been for South Bendigo. His set shot sails away to the right-hand side. Minor score. 4-point lead to the Dogs. 21 gone opening term. Live 25. Local fresh footy. The first semi-final. Thanks to score sponsor, Parsons Towing.
That's his second behind Jack Fallon Vescovi, a great player, been in Gisborne's best 12 times this season. He brings it in about 65 metres up to centre wing, but straight to Zach Dennehy, who gets it back to Isaiah Miller. Just got the hand pass away in the nick of time. Chance for Luxmore. Now it comes to Pat McKenna. He goes backwards to Merritt. Merritt up towards centre wing, but getting in the way is Aiden Lockwood for South Bendigo. I really like this youngster.
Athletic. He's got so much potential. Has Zayden Lockwood. Second season of regular senior footy with the Bloods. Kicks to right half forward. Presenting up, but it was Smith. Couldn't take it with him. Throw in 55 out from the Bloods goal.
Yeah, he's just had a little change in the ruck, Zayden, with Cripps. So he's just doing a little bit of ruck work for 6 or 7 minutes this quarter, which will help towards the back end of this game for Cripps to dominate.
And play on just about every line. Can young Zayden Lockwood, he's got Dennehy to contend with here. Takes it out of the ruck. Sharp hands to Haddo. Defensive hand pass under pressure from Haddo. Kick around the body from Getty, straight to Trotter of the Dogs. Turnover in front of the grandstand. Johns now screws the kick on the outside of the boot. It's an open 50 if Luxmore can pick it up. He sockers it off the ground. Langley and Luxmore in the race back there. Langley goes to ground. Oh, terrific pick up from Young. He feeds it out wide. Shot at goal from Floriani. Brilliant play from the Dogs. A team goal and a team lifter for Gisborne. 2 straight 12. Bloods 2 behinds into time on in the first term. Live 25, local fresh footy score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder.
Yep, just that clean pickup, mate. It just buys you that extra couple of seconds. And what a pickup it was. He was just clean below his knees. But Fallon back here just gave the footy back. Just get ground on it. Just get ground on it. Get it inside your 50.
That's his 4th goal of the season. The thoughts of Dennis Grinton on Live 25 local fresh footy. It's a 10-point lead to Gisborne, who've come up the Calder Highway from Gardner Reserve this afternoon. In the centre,
drive it is, Jackson,
Callum
as well.
Crisp, it is. Put it on cruise control and set sail to Bendigo you go. The Holy City is Benaki goes inside 50. He wants Campbell Johns, doesn't get him, but instead Luxmore finds check side, shot at goal, it's through.
Wow.
And Luxmore has the 3rd for Gisborne. 3 straight 18. South Bendigo 2 behinds, and now it's out to a 16-point Bulldogs lead. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder, and here's Dennis Grinton on Live 25.
Look, I don't want to keep banging on about this, but you've got to be clean below your knees, and that's what Gisborne have done for their last couple of goals. They've been cleaner. Benaki through the middle, clean below his knees, gets the clearance, gets it inside 50, then they're clean below their knees, and an absolutely opportunist goal there for Luxmore.
Inside 50's really even to start the game too, so they're getting about the same share of the opportunities, these two teams, and as Grint says, Gisborne making the most of them at this stage of the contest. Up by 16 points late in this opening term. Minns dives on it in the middle. And you know, a Minns is involved. It's going to be tough. It's going to be contested. It's going to be uncompromising.
No concerns at all for Lockie Evans down here. He was just a bit winded in that earlier contest as well. He's back on the ground now.
Good stuff. Cam Power on the boundary. Live 25, local fresh footy. Nitschke spinning out of the contest in the middle. Kicks inside forward 50. Hacking it out of defence is for Scovey for the Bloods off the for the Dogs off the ground, I should say. And it trickles out in front of the scoreboard. It reads Gisborne 3 straight, Bloods 2 behinds, 25 gone opening term. Having lost both games through the regular season, the Dogs, they've made a very bright start to this elimination semi.
They have indeed. Callum Crisp paves the way at the back of the pack. Langley is there lurking. Free kick for a hold. And it's been taken across half forward. The kick from Nitschke, not good, partially smothered. Ricochets to half forward. McKay slams on the boot. Struben swants it, but he's out muscled beautifully by Zachary Vescovi, who takes it back for the Dogs and goes to Bradley Benaki.
Oh,
Benaki carves the kick outside the defensive 50. Miller thought he was harshly dealt with by Luxmore, who now comes on the diagonal to Young, who was so instrumental in setting up the Werner goal. He was clean with the pick-up earlier. The kick wasn't so clean. He's kicked it straight back to Isaiah Miller. Right on halfway for the Bloods. Down by 16 points late in the opening term. Miller inside, forward 50, fell onto the chest of Smith, touched on the way through, he didn't think so, dropped it in the tackle. Now Van Heumen, a rainmaker around the body to the top of the square. Struben's back with the flight, can't take the mark. Vescovi's pressured by Harvey, and it's seen through for a minor score. Bloods 3 behinds, Gisborne 3 straight. And that's the tail of the tape. 3 scoring shots each, 15-point lead to the Dogs. 26 gone first term. Score sponsor, Aussie Disposals.
Gisborne have made the most of their chances. That's the major difference in this opening term. It's a great game of footy. Vescovi to the back pocket for Trotter. Hugs the boundary line, but in fact put it out of bounds in the full. So a disastrous result as they looked to clear. Chase Poyser on the outer side has it for South Bendigo. Swimming pool side here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Not long until the first interval. It's a 15-point lead to the Bulldogs as South Bendigo send it up towards centre half forward. McKenna's back there defending a long way from goal. Vescovi soccers it through for a rush behind. Perhaps a sensible move too, just to give them a chance to recalculate proceedings from full back. So the Bloods 4 behinds. Gisborne 3 straight 18. Score sponsor, Aussie Disposals.
Zach Vescovi being made to earn his bickies this afternoon, as will the dry cleaner down in Gisborne, with the state of some of the jumpers out there, including his. That is a big tackle from Benaki on Zimmerman, who took it off the pack, and Brad wanted to go on with it. It is going to be a free kick to the Dogs, so
Clever, listen to him.
Benaki started it, but the retribution came his way, and it's so often that gets penalised. He kicks to Luxmore. Luxmore cuts it infield. Miletus for the Dogs. Eyes up inside the forward 50. Does he have a target that he likes? Mark can't be taken there. Scrambling defence from the Bloods. Hacked out by Hare. Bouncing ball into the middle. Picked up by Benaki. He now blasts it back inside forward 50. Almost the mark there to Johnston going back with the flight. And again, that South Bendigo defence is resolute. Turnbull with a play that runs into Dennehy, taken high.
What a contest from a young player, Joel.
He has been outstanding in this opening term, Ollie Turnbull. One of the inclusions for the Bloods today. He's got it at half back.
I've been very impressed by his opening quarter too. Turnbull to centre wing, grandstand side. Great fist from Bretherton, affects the spoil, but it's sharked by the Bloods. Sims inside 50 with the kick. He goes deep. McKenna's got back to lend a hand. Min's there to offer support. McKenna on top of it, and he's been caught high. Perhaps a bit lucky, and maybe Jack Fallon was unlucky when he applied that tackle. Nevertheless, free kick to Gisborne in the back pocket as they advance to the Barnard Street end once more.
None of those line ball calls. 6 and 2 threes perhaps. Lockwood got a bit of lift at half back. Handballed straight to Dennehy, who almost missed his boot with the kick. Here's James Gray, who, more like James Brown with the colour he's operating at the moment, with all the mud on this sodden QEO. Crisp misses his hand with the hand pass. Murphy, like he's trying to break a line for the Wallabies, just crashes through, runs into the scrum. And we're going to have another ball up.
This is finals footy at its best, boys. Hard and tough.
Absolutely. This could be in the depths of winter down at Gardner Reserve, and you wouldn't know the difference. Sims away from the stoppage, scrambles it forward and finds Harvey. Harvey is marked right on the arc of the 50.
Has he got the carry here, Joel? Father.
Well, if we were placing a bet, I'd be prepared to put money on it. I'm
What?
predicting he'll kick his 50th
From
goal
60?
of the season.
Gamble responsibly, folks. Here's Brock Harvey. 49 on the campaign. 55-metre kick on a wet, wintry day. It goes right to the line, and it's glanced through by McKenna for a minor score. The 5th minor of the game for the Bloods. They trail by 13 points, and we're half an hour into the first term. Live 25 local fresh footy. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder.
Vescovi to McKenna in the back pocket. Lucky I didn't act out on that thought. Campbell Johns receives across half back, chips it short, and finds Thomas Werner, who's got it across half back. He's one of 3 single goal kickers for Gisborne in this term. Opts to play on down the boundary line. Conservative approach. Miletus chases after it. Ball escapes him and out of bounds. True centre wing position in front of the swimming pool. 3 straight 18. The Dogs. South Bendigo 5 behinds, and we've ticked on 30 minutes in this opening quarter.
I love the coaching move by Gisborne to put McKenna behind the footy for the last 7 minutes of this quarter. It's really worked for him.
What a luxury it is Someone who reads the play so well. Off the stoppage, here's Gray, puts his head over it, and then lowered the shoulder into the tackle, but couldn't slip clear. It'll be tossed in front of the far race. Benaki just floating around, waiting for it to come out. Bit of attention being shown around the stoppage to Trotter as well. Nitschke for the Bloods, clearing kick from inside the defensive 50. Bounces its way through the middle of the ground. Hacked off the deck by Sims toward the grandstand for South Bendigo. Evans in the long sleeves, try to tap it onto Werner. Buffeted off it by Harvey. Bloods take possession back. Turnbull's been important in the early stages. Nice take from Haddo, who had some time to settle and finds the kick that he needed to Brereton right at the top of the 50. Lockwood screams for it. So does Fallon. Strubens on a short, hits him on the chest. 45 metres from home. Stephen Strubens can go back. Maybe he can get the first for the Bloods. He's going to play on. He goes deep. He goes long. Oh. It bounces into the post. So they have got a goal, but it's come in the form of 6 behind South Bendigo. Gisborne 3 straight. 32 gone opening term. Score sponsor Parsons Towing.
Pat McKenna kicks in from full back. What's he doing down there as he goes long up to a broadcast position? Wanted Larksmore. Couldn't complete the grab. Chase Poyser defends well. Also there is Thomas Werner. Toe poke forward from Benaki up to centre wing in front of Campower, in front of the interchange gates, who almost got his first stat of the afternoon. And it's gone out of bounds, and a little disagreement down there too on the boundary. Cam as well, plenty of spirit at ground level.
Yeah, the Gisborne boys are really making sure to let their presence be known out there, being quite physical off the ball against South. All fair as well, so a good contest.
I thought Cam was involved in the disagreement there for a minute, Jackson. That wouldn't have been good for anyone.
No.
Ball tossed back in front of the grandstand. Joel Peterson, Father Jackson Saunders, Dennis Grinton, Camp Hour with you this afternoon. Live 25, local fresh footy. The elimination semi-final for 2025 in the Bendigo Football Netball League. Mins from the stoppage for the Dogs. High kick up the wing. Miletus goes in as it ricochets back to him. That's about as deliberate as you'll ever see. No point paying it now because quarter time has come. Not a quarter filled with highlights, but a quarter filled with ferocity and intensity. Just what you'd expect from two teams trying to stave off elimination and keep their season alive. And at the end of one, it is South Bendigo, who've had a lot of opportunities, haven't made it count on the scoreboard. 6 behinds, trailing Gisborne 3 straight 18. The opening quarter going for 33 minutes. What a start it's been to this elimination semi-final. Plenty more to come throughout the afternoon. Don't go anywhere. Live 25, local fresh footy.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Kaiser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Kaiser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Kaiser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training. Building strength with precision.
It's the Bendigo Football Netball League top 5 for the first week of the finals. Kicking off at number 1, Jack Fallon here was fantastic to rove the pack. An off-balance snap puts it through. A great goal. Number 2, James Shishka here, just smart to get front and centre. Great work. Put it through. That's solid.
Receives and bends it goalward and puts it through for a well-needed goal for the Storm.
Number 3, this is all class. This from Josh Nitschke here. Evaded his opponent, but look where he is. He's right on the boundary line when he slots that through. That is all class from there.
Gets around one, a second, sends it towards goal and puts it through.
Zachary Vescovi here from Gisborne never took his eyes off the footy and then took the grab going into the flight. An amazing mark. Number 5, an amazing one. This Kynan Grinton here. The ball ricocheted, stuck out the shoe and put it through. You have to watch this on replay. It's unbelievable. Whoa! Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen a goal like that in a long time.
A tough, tense encounter, nothing less than you'd expect from an elimination semi-final in the first quarter at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. On a Super Sunday of finals footy, Live 25, local fresh footy. It is Gisborne 3 straight 18, leading South Bendigo 6 behind. Both of these teams trying to stay alive in season 2025. Joel Peterson alongside Father Jackson Saunders calling the footy for you. Dennis Grinton with his expert comments. Cam Powers on the boundary. We'll go to Cam now, who's got Jared Lynch with him from the Dogs.
Thanks, Joel. Yeah, Jared, you'd be pretty happy with that first quarter team to take your opportunities when going forward?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I mean, we just questioned effort before the game about how we went about it last week, and to deliver that straight off the bat in the first 5 minutes, we set the standard, and we just continued it for 30, which was really impressive. Harry Luxmore providing a good target down in that forward line. Yeah, I mean, the QEO is a really challenging ground for a high half forward, so it's just about work rate for him. He just needs to get up back, and eventually it'll break open for him. But you've got a leader like Pat McKenna down there working with him, so yeah, a good way for him to learn.
Clean ground ball seems to be an advantage for you guys at the moment, so that'll be something you'd be pretty happy with.
Just being able to keep your feet, and if we can win a couple of those clean ground balls, it's perfect. We just need to keep backing it forward. It's wet weather footy.
Awesome, Jared, thank you very much for your time.
Indeed it is. Jared Lynch with Cam Power. What are the numbers? Tell us at quarter time, Norm Jenkins.
South Bendigo in control of the ball, 17 inside 50s to 9, intercept marks 6 to 3, and the umpires had 15 ball ups and 18 throw-ins.
Kept busy in the early stages. Second term underway, Live 25, local fresh footy. Dogs with the opening clearance to the city end. McKenna lays the tackle on Van Human, forces the footy loose. Brereton does some buffeting work at the top of the defensive goal square, soccers it off the ground. Luxmore goes crashing into Nitschke, picked up by Johns, hooks it around the body, and Campbell Johns kicks the first of the second quarter in 30 seconds of play. It took 11 minutes to get one on the board in the opening term, and Joey Johns has got us off to a lightning start in the second. 4 straight 18 the Dogs, 6 behinds the Bloods. Live 25, local fresh footy, score sponsor Aussie Disposals.
Yeah, absolute coach killer there for South Bendigo. Elected to bump, not tackle. You've just got to lay the tackles in these conditions, but what an opportunist goal there out of the pack. Brilliant. Gisborne taking their chances.
Faultless kicking in front of goal, that's for sure at the moment for the boys from Gardner Reserve. In the ruck contest, Jed Dennehy, it comes to the bottom of the pack. Little kick was sharked, it was partially smothered. Can Lockwood pick up the footy now? He can't, he's left it behind. Merritt collects, slams it on the boot, deep inside 50 to the city end, 25 metres out from goal. Turnbull has been excellent. Hand pass not so good. Stolen by Luxmore. Straight to Zach Hare, who dropped the sitter defensively, but it went through for a rush behind nevertheless. 4-1-25, their first blemish. The Dogs, they lead South 6 behind.
You spoke that into existence, Jackson. No blemish on the scoreboard. Direct all complaints to Father Jackson Saunders. No return mail will be forthcoming. Brereton off half-back for the Bloods. He sweeps the handball forward to the run of young Jasper Langley, who kicks towards Smith. Knocked away from him for South Bendigo. Goes to chase it out toward the boundary line on the pool side. It's out for a boundary throw-in. Had a lot of rain earlier today. Sweeping in from the northwest. That's cleared at least for now. It is still overcast. It is still breezy at ground level. It's making it tough going for these two teams, but Gisborne have been far cleaner to start the game. Gray with the clearance for the Dogs. He kicks up toward half forward. Hare floats into mark for South Bendigo. Chips it short to Haddo, so the long sleevers combining for the Bloods at half back.
They do indeed. In reply to that mail, I'll just call the footy. Haddo goes to half back, and Turnbull has it. He has a lot of mud over his number 39 at the moment for South Bendigo. In front of the netball courts, he goes to the attacking side of centre wing. Callum Chris comes to ground level. Who can get there first? Lockwood for South Bendigo. Loops the hand pass over the top. Did well. Found Brereton. He kicks to half forward. Goes inside 50. Free kick picked out. It's a hold. And Jack Fallon is the recipient. The co-coach. Coaching alongside Troy Coates this year, who of course coached Strathfield Sage to their 2019 premiership. Before that, had a lot of success with Kerrang in the Central Murray Football League, and they would love to stay alive and be a contender for the 2025 Bendigo Footy League Premiership. Jack Fallon fancies is too far out, has an option short, lays it off there. Now it comes, Nitschke, he snaps towards goal. It's 10 metres out, Zimmerman soccers, and he's put it through. A-League style. The Bloods have their first. 1 goal, 6-12 they are. Gisborne a 4-1-25. Score sponsor is Don's Small Goods. Is Don, is good. And Dennis Crinton is very good on live local fresh footy.
Yeah, I thought Zimmerman before the game, these conditions, she just took that opportunity. But sometimes that chaos ball in these conditions, instead of just bombing it in, even if there's a little floater that drops short, that can work out for you. That chaos ball is absolutely crucial in these conditions. Benaki's been pretty dominant around stoppage though, so they'll have to put a bit of time into him.
Anthony Zimmerman, so crafty, has been all season. Crispin Dennehy just sort of waited for it once he hit the ground there. I think Crisp pulled up a little bit sore from that contest, which is why he wasn't quick to get moving. Dogs with the clearance. Ryan Burke, who tumbles the kick toward half forward. Handball now. Young was so clean again at his feet. He flicks it on to McKenna. McKenna inboard to Luxmore. Had it go through his hands. Brereton takes the tackle. Got the handball away to Haddo, who bashes it into the centre of the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Numbers there with South Bendigo. Smith got dragged down. Nice pick up for the Bloods, and they'll work it out, in fact, the Dogs. Merritt runs through the front edge of the square. Spots a man all alone at full forward. And the mark is taken by Zach Dennehy, who was left unguarded and can go back and kick Gisborne's fifth and their second of this second term.
Great play by McKenna. And the other young forward there led up and left Dennehy out the back by himself.
Dennehy set shot is home. And so the Dogs find the instant response to South's first of the game. 5-1-31 plays 1-6-12. 6 played, second term, Live 25, local fresh footy. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers.
Yeah, it was just it was that cohesiveness between, is that a word, Joel? Yep. Anyway, between the forwards of Gisborne, where the little forward and McKenna led up. Dennehy identified it and just dropped out the back, and all the South defenders went up and just left that little space behind. What a great kick coming inside 50.
I just want to ask you to spell it, Prince.
We'll keep that for half time. Stay tuned. And Jed Dennehy centre square infringement. It is against South Bendigo.
Umpire on the far side of the ground pulled that one up straight away. The South Bendigo wingman on the far side ran straight into the centre before the ball was balled up.
Costly blunder there. So Jed Dennehy in the centre. Vescovi wants a cheeky hand pass, and he's going to receive it now. He's generating run from defence deep inside 50.
Oh, great mark.
Tremendous intercepting grab by Thomas Brereton, who read the play like a book. He lays it off to Hayden Geddes, who's got it across half back. He's played all games this season for South Bendigo. He kicks up to centre wing, and that's a delightful foot pass Jack Fallon receives.
Fallon, the lefty, swings it wide, kicks it too wide, out of bounds on the full, an uncharacteristic error.
Yeah, absolutely. Elite ball user, Jack Fallon. He's starting to work his way into the game, though, boys, so that could be a bit of a danger for Gisborne.
Of course, so impressive, re-signed for 2026 earlier in the season. He's done a terrific job with this team. Played in a flag with Eagle Hawk back in 2018 and a team that came runner-up in 2019, so knows what finals are all about. Dogs turn it over. Geddes has got it. Smack bang on halfway. Drops onto the right boot. Fallon lunges forward like he was in the gully. He looked like Cam Green stretching and taking it low off the ground. Left foot kick is an absolute bullet to the pocket. Zimmerman's there again, and again he employs the toe poke. This time straight into the chest of Harvey. It ricochets out for a throw-in. 35 out from the Bloods goal at the Barnard Street end of the ground. They lead by 19 points. We're 7.5 through the second.
I'm really enjoying the battle between Vescovi and Strubens. Vescovi's not giving Strubens an inch out there at the moment.
The thoughts of Cameron Power on the boundary. Taking it out of the ruck is Callum Chris. Gives the hand pass off, but Jed Dennehy intercepts. Snaps around his body to half-back, grandstand side. Wonderful tackle from Andrew Van Humen. And we'll have a ball up in front of the interchange gates for Gisborne. They lead by 19 points, 8 gone, second term.
Crisp goes up in front, just controls it down. He had Benaki flashing through the contest. Trotter got tackled. We'll do it all again.
Yeah, they'll have to put a bit of time into Benaki around stoppage. You'll start one side of the stoppage and you'll come out the other.
Ever so dangerous. McKenna floating around it as well. Benaki blocks for McKenna this time. Might have been a high tackle there on Trotter. Cal Crisp told that was okay. We'll have it tossed up again. Footy hasn't moved. Maybe just some sun starting to peek through as well as it gets a little bit brighter around the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Dogs by 19 points. Trying to scrap the kick inside forward 50 there. Isaiah Miller for the Bloods. 60 metres out from South Bendigo's goal. Big pack around the footy. Collins is imposing himself on the contest and on Darcy Young. Umpire comes in to split them and will ball it up.
You did mention Benaki, Dennis. It looks like Jake Rusbridge seems to be doing a bit of a job on him to start the second quarter.
As it's picked up by Collins. No, Ruckman got hands to it. Collins goes in Struben's direction. 20 metres out. Barnard Street end for South Bendigo. Gisborne through Evans, soccer it out of the defensive zone. Campbell Johns gets there first. Brereton gets it back, loses it. Miller picks it up. He's tackled brilliantly by Luxmore and will have a ball up 52 metres out from home for South Bendigo. They trail by 19 points.
The margins are fine.
Yeah, South just need to smarten up their inside 50s and they'll get a couple of results here.
I've had plenty of it so far in this second term. Harvey to Brereton. In fact, McKay to Brereton. Dogs take possession back. Benaki nurses the kick down the line. Does it have the juice on it to get to McKenna? It does. He marks just in front of halfway poolside. In the sunshine now at the QEO. Kicks inside 50. Johnston not paid the mark. He was slow to realise. He got tackled immediately. Hands off to Luxmore. Kick is smothered. Miller now on the edge of the 50 for the Bloods. Can't take it with him. Dogs back in possession. Gray has a play at it. Oh, what a brilliant pickup from Benaki down low with one hand. Handball infield. 30 out from the Dogs' goal. Johnston fights for it. Drags it down on his knees. Gets the handball away looking for McKenna. They can't come away with it cleanly, the Dogs. The pressure from both of these teams is immense early in this second term. And it's out for a stoppage on the edge of the arc. Gisborne in attack and leading by 19 points.
They are indeed. Great to be with you, Joel, and everyone tuned in this afternoon. Fantastic game of footy. Lockwood taps it down to no one's advantage. Brereton with a good tackle. Or is it high? I think it is. So it'll go to Gisborne and at the bottom of that pack, exactly, Brad Benaki.
How was the pick-up a couple of minutes ago, Grins?
Oh, it was just incredible, mate. Yeah, we know he's talking about him a lot, but he's just an incredible player.
He plays on. Kick was miscued, and it's been chopped off in defence once more by Andrew Van Humen. Interesting little exchange there with Dylan Johnston of Gisborne. As Van Humen clears, he goes to half-back and finds Jesse Collins for the Bloods.
Plays on immediately. Handballs forward to the run of McKay. Kicks down the line. It's a really poor kick. Straight to Ryan Burke. Chops it off for the Dogs in front of Fallon.
The big South defender's been brilliant too down back. Van Humen, what is that his name? Yeah, he's been absolutely brilliant.
Hasn't played a great deal of senior footy this year, Andy Van Humen, right on the fringe of their team. The 12 games, had a bit of a job last week on James Shishka. Here's Johns, goal kicker earlier in the term to start things off for the Dogs. 30 seconds into it, pokes the kick inside the 50. Benaki collects on the half volley, dragged down by a couple of Bloods. Hands it off to Merritt, scraps the kick forward. McKenna had Van Humen draped all over him, no whistle. Now Brereton comes away with it for South Bendigo. He was calm in a crisis. Maintained his composure, found the kick to Geddes, drops it outside the arc, it skids out of play, and it'll be tossed back in front of the Bloods bench. 5-1, plays 1-6, 12 gone, second term, Live 25, local fresh footy. Joel Peterson, Dennis Gruden, Cam Power, Norm Jenkin, and this man, Father Jackson Saunders, with you.
And you're a true gentleman, Joel. Boundary thrown directly in front of us as it's tossed back in. As Nitsky sharks it, he slams it on the boot. He wants to find Fallon. He did, but he dropped it as he lunged towards the boundary and went out of bounds.
It was a nice little bit of body work there by Fallon to give him that space and opportunity to mark that footy. He's one to watch for Gisborne from there. I think he's starting to really come into the game.
Agree with you there, Dennis Grinton on Live 25, local fresh footy. Lockwood, Nitsky, he's had a lot of it in this term. Following up there, Collins too. The pressure from both sides, enormous.
Been elite.
Really good to see.
Both sides have been elite.
Couldn't have asked for more. It's just the execution that's letting the Bloods down. Murphy emerges from the contest. Kicks up the wing for the Bloods. McKenna had a play at it, couldn't take it with him. Johns kicks for touch and finds it at right half forward. Dr. Rowan Molinar will toss the footy back over the fence.
He stitched me up a couple of times, the Doc.
Literally or figuratively?
No, literally.
Potentially both.
10 over the top of the eye one day in a final.
I encountered the doc at a Golden Valley Footy League Grand Final
Yes.
about 12 months ago when I was over in
Kyabram
Shepparton.
involved.
Very much so.
Yep.
He was there supporting the Bombers. I was a bit rattled when I first encountered him that day. It was lovely to see him at Deakin Reserve as Collins gives it off to Nitsky. Round the body to centre wing, grandstand side. Crisp had it fist away from him, but recovers. Sweeps the hand pass inventively to Chase Poyser off the left. Now, if it can sit, fortunately for Harvey, he's one-on-one inside 50. Evans battles hard against him. He follows up, though, inside attack, and then they'll clear here through Mins. The Dogs up towards centre wing and out of bounds with the one bounce. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, young Mims has been brilliant too. I know he made one mistake early in the first quarter coming back through the middle that gave South an opportunity, but his defence work, one-on-one, is outstanding.
It's great work from Harvey, but again, just Sims not as clean. Gisborne have been able to be clean and tidy with that final possession. It's what's let the Bloods down inside the forward 50. 5-1 to 1-6. 15 minutes gone in this second term. It's one of those days where it feels like the game's a lot more advanced than it is. You look up at the scoreboard and you think, gee, we're only halfway through the second quarter. It's been played at the kind of pace that makes you feel like it's gone for a little bit longer. As they have another go at a secondary ball up. Crisp knocks it in field, taken by Lockwood. Impressive to do the roving for the big man. Kicks to the pocket, and the mark taken by Harvey, lunging forward in the left forward pocket, 25 from home. He was in position 1A and he made it work.
That's it, mate. Forwards playing in front. It's key in these conditions with the ball dropping short.
And he's going to go around the body here, Brock Harvey. The Ron Best medalist. 49 games from his goals from his 17 games, and he curls it home to raise the half century. Brock Harvey gets the Bloods second of the contest, and their second of this second quarter. 2-6-18 now, South Bendigo, starting to claw their way back into the ball game. The Bulldogs 5-1-31, 16 gone, second term, Live 25, local fresh footy. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers.
Yeah, with the amount of inside 50 South had, they had to capitalise eventually. Gisborne's defence has been brilliant, but South are just penetrating that 50. They start utilising that a bit more, it will be great for them in the back half of this quarter.
2 goals apiece for both sides in this second term. Jed Dennehy knocks it down. Front and centre, Patrick Trotter is tackled. He was unable to gallop away, so we'll have it thrown up.
6 inside 50s to 8 the way of South Bendigo in this second term so far, according to our man Norm, who's across all of that throughout the afternoon.
Chris whacks it forward about 20 metres. Chase Poyser may have been held on to, who was field umpire Dean Goodridge. Gives him the free kick. So the kick from Chase Poyser inside 50. It was a little cute. It's in the pocket. Langley lopes after it. Struben's there too, but Vescovi gets in the way. Its hand pass was no good. Straight to Langley, who was pressured out of bounds anyway. So a fortunate result for South Bendigo. They'll lock it inside 50. 25 metres out from their goal. Barnard Street end, right forward pocket.
What a job for young Lockie Evans playing on Brock Harvey this afternoon. Tossed back in, free kick going to the Bloods. Jed Dennehy turns around to the umpire immediately with the arms outstretched, and it'll be young Zayden Lockwood who will have the opportunity.
Is he a renowned goal kicker, Joel?
He's only got 1 for the season from 6 appearances at this level.
Yep.
And not a lot in his 14 or 15 games at Pio's level either. We know he's a talent.
He's a cool, calm customer as
Is
well.
he a player for the future? Is he a player for right now? Zayden Lockwood seizes the moment and pulls the Bloods back to only 7 in arrears. 3-6-24 to Gisborne, 5-1-31. They're really up and running now, South Bendigo. 18 gone, second term. Live 25, local fresh footy. Score sponsor, Parsons Towing.
As they say in the old days, as cool as a cucumber, boys. He didn't even look like missing. It was like it every day, just walk, stroll in the park.
He is a gun player, and in fact, last weekend for the Bendigo Pioneers had 28 touches and 34 hit-outs in the ruck against the Geelong Falcons, and that was a devastating end for the Pioneers, obviously with the Falcons getting across the line with the last kick of the game. As in the centre, Miller takes it out for South Bendigo. He sends it to centre wing in front of the man of the moment, Lockwood, but the ball eludes him and goes out of bounds, so we'll have it thrown back in. Great to be with you on this Sunday afternoon. The winner of this first semi-final advances to the preliminary final next Saturday here at the home of country footy against Eagle Hawk. Beautiful tap from Chris Nitsky, inside 50. Strubens wants it, won't get it. Vescovi knocks it away. Getting first to the crumb is Langley. Langley was dispossessed, and in fact he was given a free kick.
Yeah, the tackle was just a little bit over as Allison held onto him after he disposed of the footy there, Jackson.
Thanks for that, Cameron. So Langley to the pocket, but that's, well, Vescovi should have marked that. He didn't realise he had time and space to take it, but instead he double-fisted it out of the boundary line. A stoppage about 48 from the Bloods' goal.
Down the Sam Mildren pocket. 5-1 plays 3-6. Dogs still in charge. We're inside forward 50 for the Bloods. Johnston with a clearing kick for Gisborne, sliding in his Miletus at halfback, goes to ground, can't take it with him, poked forward by Turnbull for the Bloods. Nitschke had a play at it, through his hands, inside forward 50 for South Bendigo. Johnson has to hook it backwards over his head. That was impressive off a step off the left boot, back into the corridor. Sims, the hero last week for South Bendigo with the late goal. Now it ricochets inside forward 50 for the Bloods. More through good luck than good management. Zimmerman's playing in front, has Bretherton all over him. Mins comes away with it for the Dogs. Clearing kick, bounces its way to Murphy, who showed absolutely no interest in keeping it in. A little pirouette on the boundary line for Jacob
right in front
Murphy.
of me down here in the South Bendigo faithful certainly thought it was a little bit deliberate. Not really under much pressure when he walked up all over the boundary line either, Joel.
Oh, I think he knew where he was, but he did a good job of selling that he didn't there, Jacob Murphy. And the ball will be tossed back in. Bloods with the last two of the game. They've narrowed the gap to 7 points. We're into time on in the second term.
One thing for certain, I'd rather see pirouette on the football field than in our commentary box. I think there's more talent out there on the QEO. Kick inside 50 for South Bendigo. Bretherton terrific in defence. Strubens picks up the footy, curls it around to the teeth of goal. Harvey is lurking. He's still there. Can he get hands to it? Zimmerman might. Great defence from Gisborne. Evans and co, assisted by Vescovi, ensured that the ball was knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, they're holding up here, Gisborne, but that ball just keeps going inside 50, going inside 50. How much longer can they hold for? There's still probably about another 10 or 11 minutes in this quarter, I'd reckon, boys.
Yep, they've weathered the storm so far, the Dogs' defence. They haven't seen it up their end in a little while. They fight for it here at the stoppage. Big pack around the footy. It's not coming out. We'll do it all again.
Looks like a matchup change as well. Brock Harvey is being worn very closely by Lockie Evans down in the back line.
Indeed he is. Vescovi to Strubens at the moment for the Dogs. So that's where they think the more dangerous player is potentially. And a free kick picked out here. It's going to Rusbridge. Again, it's Jed Dennehy who turns to the umpire in absolute disbelief. And Jake Rusbridge will have the kick. 20 metres out, 45-degree angle to the right-hand side.
Brad Benacki was protesting there. He was not impressed at all.
It was a very interesting free kick, boys, put it that way.
Well, that's the matchup. South Bendigo are really keen to get Jake Rusbridge around Brad Benacki, all stoppages out there. So I reckon maybe he might have been getting a little bit frustrated and give away one there.
He's got the kaleidoscopic boots, Jake Rusbridge. They've been dulled in this mud somewhat. Can he put them to good use here? He slams it into the outside of the right-hand goalpost. It glances its way through the minor opening. And it is a one-goal game. 5-1 to 3-7. Vastly different methods to get there. But we've got a close one here. First semi-final, 22.5 gone second term. Live 25 local fresh footy.
Benacki finds Jed Dennehy at centre-half back.
Tube!
The old-fashioned torpedo, if you don't mind. Went about 70 metres. Spectacular. And now Dylan Johnston advances up the guts. 10 metres out from goal. Hands to it was Luxmore. Couldn't complete the grab. And the ball's perhaps going to be, yes, decision, penalty for holding the ball against the South Bendigo player at the bottom of the pack. And a Gisborne opportunity will come here.
And Normie's just passed me a note to say that South had the last 7 inside 50s of the game for 2 goals too. Gisborne go down the other end straight away and they get a shot.
They've taken most of their opportunities inside 50 today. I think it might be maybe 15 or 16 for the game, and they've kicked 5-1. Is that around right, Normie?
Harry Luxmore for his second of the afternoon and 26th of the season. To put them in front by 12 does exactly that. Gisborne 6-1, 37 lead South Bendigo 37-25. Our score sponsor is Bendigo City Framers. Live 25, local fresh footy, and this is the voice of Dennis Grinton.
Yeah, well, look, I'm never happy with them ones when the opposition drag it in under the player going the footy, but it is the rule. If you have got the ball and you're not making a legitimate attempt to get it out, you're going to be pinned every time.
It is the voice of Dennis Grinton, who's been working in radio for a while now, Jacko, not necessarily with our station for all of that time. Grins, why are you asking a question to a bloke without a microphone? Normally can't talk back. Come on. First goal in 18 minutes for the Dogs. It was 6-minute mark when Zach Dennehy was able to slot it. We're at the 24-minute mark now.
He's been on this radio station for so long, mate. I thought he'd come through the mic straight away.
Perpetually mic'd up Norm Jenkins. The voice of God style, just echoing through the speakers here at the QEO perhaps. Werner had the kick from half-back for the Dogs. He couldn't take it. Effectively kicked into the man on the mark, and now a chance for the Bloods inside the forward 50. Kick to full forward. He's bashed through by Vescovi. That time he decided that discretion was the better part of valour, not trying to take the mark. And we've got an 11-point game, 25 gone second term. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder.
A great effort by Chase Poyser, but Vescovi spoiled the party with that double fist, as you called so beautifully, Joel. Vescovi's penetrating kick goes about 60 metres to centre wing, and it bounces to space. Isaiah Miller goes to ground. He's like a pig in mud here at the moment because he is over it, but he can't get the pill.
Oh, 50.
Oh, silly.
Matt Merritt might have professionally played that one right as Miller was trying to get up there. He just clipped him and he fell over, so well played, Matt Merritt. But the grandstand's pretty packed down here, and there's a lot of vocal South Bendigo supporters up in this grandstand as well, probably 3/4 packed.
I've got an idea though, boys. When you're going into a contest, don't go to ground, and you're not in that situation. There was always going to be holding the ball as soon as you jumped on it. Keep your feet.
The headline of that little passage of play is that he was pushed in the back. 50-metre penalty now after some demonstrations from Isaiah Miller. Matthew Merritt from 40 metres out, city end. He has nailed it.
Wow.
Gisborne get their 7th, 7-1-43. South Bendigo 3-8-26. 26 minutes gone in the second quarter. Thanks to our score sponsor, Parsons Towing, Live 25, local fresh footy.
I've been really impressed with the goal kicking of Gisborne. Like, to kick 7-1 and your set shots not miss a set shot, it's been quite remarkable in these conditions. South, they just didn't take their opportunities. They just kept pounding inside 50. If they can smarten up that area after halftime, they'll get right back into this game. But that's a very important goal towards the back end of this second quarter.
Bloods had it back to 6. Margin, well, 7 it was at one stage. The margin now at 18 with a couple of converted shots for the Bulldogs. South dominated the middle part of this term in terms of territory. Couldn't put it on the scoreboard. That's been their issue throughout. With 27 minutes into the second quarter. Bloods by 17 points, 7-1 to 3-8. Then Goodrich calls for a stoppage on the front edge of the centre square. Barnard Street into the ground, South Bendigo into attack. Crisp tries to punch it inside the forward 50. Already been a good weekend for the Crisp family with the Pies through to a prelim in the AFL. Mins lays a bruising tackle inside forward 50 on Jake Rusbridge.
Did you see the way South, all their half forwards dragged up and created space behind them? Very, lot dangerous for Gisborne in that area.
Stoppage inside 50 for the Dogs. Merritt doing the ruck work this time. Bashes it out of the fence for Gisborne. They'll chain it out through hands. Campbell-Johns can't take it cleanly. Turnbull had a fresh area and an almighty swing at it. And guess who picked it up cleanly? Benaki tumbles his kick down the line towards Zach Dennehy. He can't take clean possession. Gray around the body. Johns around the body. By any will or way at the moment for Gisborne. They get it inside forward 50. And Getty scrambles to see it across the boundary line in the right forward pocket for the Dogs. Toss back in. 28 gone second term. Gisborne by 17 points in the first semi-final. The winner to play Eagle Hawk next week for the loser. It's done and dusted in 2025.
What's happening now?
Free kick picked out. It's going the way of Gisborne. It's against South Bendigo, and the recipient is James Gray.
Got the old round arm in the belly, Father Jackson.
I think it did, Grinch. So 4 goals to 3 in favour of Gisborne in this term. The Bulldogs would love to snag a fifth. This would test him. He'll kick it from just inside the paint of 50.
Oh, wow.
City End
Oh,
with
wow.
the breeze. That is magnificent. 8-1, 49 Gisborne. And South Bendigo are 3-8-26. Our score sponsor is Jason Westcott Builder. You can sense through the effects, Mike Rents,
Oh, they're going off there,
the
Nana.
intensity of the Bloods faithful.
I think they're going off down here because Jesse Collins might have caught one as he was running back into position, one of the Gisborne boys letting him know about it, but not sure there was a hell of a lot in it, and Jesse Collins might have tried to play for one of those professional free kicks, but not given an advantage. Gisborne, they've been really good with their set shots, which has been the major difference for me down here.
Remarkable efficiency in front of the sticks for Gisborne. 5 of their 8 goals coming from set shots. The only minor was a rush behind. You'd argue they haven't made a blemish, and they will get another opportunity here out of the middle. A free kick.
Yes, sir.
And it is Benaki, who's been prolific as ever. Hands it off to Werner. Drives the kick inside forward 50. Almost Luxmore. Davis there applied enough pressure. Young had to go off the ground. Again, he was magnificent at ground level. It's picked up by Johnston in the left forward pocket. Curls it around the body, and he's got a mark. A mark in the goal square. Merritt's floated forward and latched onto it. 15 metres from home. And South Bendigo dragged themselves back into the game. But to end this second term, the Dogs have put the foot down, and Merritt rams home the advantage. 9-1-55, plays 3-8-26. Half an hour played in this second quarter. Live 25, local fresh footy. Score sponsor is Donny's Good. And Dennis Grinton, considering the conditions, considering what we're getting at the other end, this is quite remarkable from Gisborne.
Well, they just didn't have any control of the game for 15 minutes. In this last 10 minutes, I call it red time. If you can kick 2 goals in red time in every quarter, you normally win most finals you play in. They've kicked 3 in the back end of this quarter now. But I tell you what, the pickup, the cleanness below the knees, I said it before the game, that's what they got. That's a point of difference.
4 goals in 6 minutes for Gisborne, 6 in this term compared to South Bendigo's 3. They've doubled their scoring just in recent minutes. It's been a delight to watch as far as their skill and execution is concerned. Back in the centre, thrown up, secondary ball up. No one can get a clean tap out. Bottom of the pack, Jesse Collins, Thomas Brereton, wrapped up.
Here we go.
In a tackle like a lolly with its wrapper on it, and it goes nowhere. We'll have a ball up.
They didn't score for 17 minutes in the middle of the quarter. South Bendigo had 7 inside 50s, 2 goals, 2 to show for it. And as you said, the last 4 in no time at all virtually for the Dogs to rip the contest out of the Bloods' hands heading into half-time. The margin got back to 7 points. South Bendigo were on the charge. Gisborne went end to end and ended up with 4 goals in 6.5 minutes of game time. Burke has a player that gets to his knees, keeps the legs churning over. He looked like an NFL running back trying to emerge through the pile.
Jake Rusbridge was desperate to get off the ground for a spell then, but Brad Benaki's about to go back on, so he's been forced to stay out there and wait for that matchup again.
It's going to be a taxing afternoon for Rusbridge throughout camp. Trotter goes to ground. He's wrapped up. And again, they can't be split. Stoppages are plenty. 9-1-55 to 3-8-26. 33 gone second term. Of course, the same matchup on court in the netball in the A grade at the moment as well. We'll get you an update on that one at half-time.
Chris whacks it down to no one's advantage. Quick shark for the Bloods. Inside 50, Strubens off hands. Pirouetting in and out of traffic is Andrew Van Humen. Goal! But the wrong bounce, only a behind.
Van Humen's gone forward. They're trying him at both ends, boys.
3-9-27, South Bendigo. Gisborne 9-1-55. We've gone 33 minutes exactly second term.
28 points the spread. Vescovi, the acting captain this afternoon, whacks it in as far as hard as he can, and it floats out of bounds on the full. Turnbull, who was the late into this South Bendigo team, will take it. No Antonovich, no Swatton, no Allen for the Bloods this afternoon. Kicks inside the 50. And the siren rings out around halftime, or around the QEO for halftime. And what a second quarter that was. The Bloods goalless in the first term. They kicked 3 of the first 4 in the second. They got the margin back to 7 points at the 18-minute mark. From there, it was all the Dogs to finish the quarter. And they lead at the half, 9-1-55 to 3-9-27. Quite a remarkable finishing burst from this Gisborne team. So effective in front of goal. So efficient they've been throughout the course of the afternoon. 6 goals in that quarter to the Dogs, 6-1 to the Bloods, 3 goals, 3. Goals so far, 2 to Luxmore, 2 to Merritt, a goal to Johns, a goal to Floriani, a goal to Tom Werner, and a goal to James Gray for the Gisborne Bulldogs. For South Bendigo, goals in that term came through Zimmerman, through Harvey, and through Zayden Lockwood with a calm set shot. Before we go to our halftime break, Grinch, sum up what you've seen in the opening half.
Well, I just think overall Gisborne have just been clean and below their knees and probably up around stoppage, have dominated around stoppage. If the South to get back into this game, and they're just, look, they're set shots, to kick 9-1 in these conditions, I don't think I've ever seen that in these conditions in a really cutthroat final. To do that is outstanding. Good kickings, good footy, and that's what wins your games. And I think they've just been clean with their ball use as well. South have got to push their half forwards up the ground and create space for them 3 forwards that have kicked all their goals this year and have some more cleaner inside 50s. If they allow Gisborne to get behind the ball in them pockets of space inside their 50 and clog it up, they cannot win this game. They need to have their half forwards working up and back, up and back, up and back. It's just a work rate thing, mate. So for South to get back into the game, they've got to do that. But Gisborne's first half, outstanding.
Voice of plenty of experience across Central Victorian football, Dennis Grinton with you on Live 25 local fresh footy this afternoon. Half-time at the Queen Elizabeth Oval, the elimination semi-final. It is Gisborne 9-1-55 to South Bendigo 3-9-27. We'll get a netball score very shortly. We'll cast our eye around the grounds. We'll talk about yesterday, both here and in the MCDFNL, and update you with everything happening around the traps of local footy. Dogs by 28 points, lost both games during the regular season, hoping to turn the tables today and keep their season alive. The second half's on the other side of this. Live 25 local fresh footy.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Kaiser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Kaiser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Kaiser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training. Building strength with precision.
It's the Bendigo Football Netball League top 5 for the first week of the finals. Kicking off at number 1, Jack Fallon here was fantastic to rove the pack. An off-balance snap puts it through. A great goal. Number 2, James Shishka here, just smart to get front and centre. Great work. Put it through. That's solid.
Receives and bends it goalward and puts it through for a well-needed goal for the Storm.
Number 3, this is all class. This from Josh Nitschke here. Evaded his opponent, but look where he is. He's right on the boundary line when he slots that through. That is all class from there.
Gets around 1, a second, sends it towards goal and puts it through.
Zachary Vescovi here from Gisborne never took his eyes off the footy and then took the grab going into the flight. An amazing mark. Number 5, an amazing one. This Kynan Brule Grinton here. The ball ricocheted, stuck out the shoe and put it through. You have to watch this on replay. It's unbelievable. Whoa! Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen a goal like that in a long time.
Only a half remaining in the season of one of Gisborne or South Bendigo at half-time. It is the Bulldogs by 28 points. Remarkable efficiency in front of goal in the first half from the team from down the Calder. 9-1-55 to South Bendigo 3-9-27 at half-time in this elimination semi-final at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Great to have you with us. Live 25, local fresh footy. Joel Peterson, Father Jackson Saunders, Dennis Grinton, Cam Power, Norm Jenkin with you. John Hunter here pushing all the right buttons as well. The A-grade netball is on at the moment. It's the same two teams. Sandhurst lost yesterday to Kangaroo Flat. The Roos are through to the grand final. Sandhurst will play the winner of Gisborne and South Bendigo next week. And at the moment, it is Gisborne 22 leading South Bendigo 12 in the A-grade netball. We'll get the thoughts of Dennis Grinton very shortly. South Bendigo huddled up at the city end of the ground. Half-time in the MCDFNL. Carisbrook 3-4-22 to Natty Bialaba 3-4-22. So all tied up at half-time as well in that one. We'll keep you across that, the other final that's on in Central Victorian footy this afternoon. Norm, the numbers to half-time between Gisborne and South Bendigo. The Dogs have got a 28-point lead.
Yeah, well, the big telling number at this stage is 21 inside 50s for Gisborne for 9 goals won. And at the other end, you've got South Bendigo have had 32 inside 50s and gone at 3 goals 9. Intercept marks have been relatively even, although South Bendigo do hold sway there, 11 to 6. And the umpires, 22 ball ups that quarter and 13 throw-ins. There's been one 50-metre penalty for the game, and that has been to Gisborne, by South Bendigo. And there's only been 5 out on the fulls in a wet, slippery day of football.
Perhaps the Bloods feeling a little bit aggrieved by the umpiring to half-time so far in this one.
Are they, Joel?
28 points, that's the word we're getting from downstairs anyway.
Oh, we can't do much about that up here, mate.
No, we can't.
In these days, though, Joel, I will give everyone a little bit of a tip as a coach. Get in first and hard for the footy. I know if you get caught underneath, you get caught holding the ball a couple of times, but handle the ball a little bit cleaner below your knees as well. But if they can get their inside 50 sorted out, they'll be right back in this game, South Bendigo.
Rob Waters has gone for the old-fashioned, keep them in there for as long as you need here in the second half. So there's all kinds of confusion in terms of who's starting on and off the ground for Gisborne. They don't know which way is up at the moment as they rush across from the pool change rooms. The legend Dougie Belcher passing down in front of us.
South Bendigo were already out in position before Gisborne had even come out of their rooms then, so that was something you don't see every day, Joel.
The Bloods were ready a week ago, Cam, for this second half, and they've got some work to do. They trail by 28 points. 9-1 plays 3-9. Second half underway. Here's Jackson Saunders.
Back in the middle, it's Benaki who takes it out of the centre with the first clearance for the third term to half forward. Barnard Street end, and it goes out of bounds at left half forward in front of Harry Luxmore, who has kicked 2 goals this afternoon, 26 for the season. He is a gun player. He's played all games for the Dogs in season 2025 too. So we'll have it thrown back in. 9-1 plays 3-9 as we begin this third term on Live 25 local fresh footy.
Crisp and Jed Dennehy go once. They've just called. They get held at the gates, and now they're off. Crisp works his way to front spot. Zimmerman played a little bit of tunnel ball with it. Sliding in was Hare. Johnston goes in, picks it up, goes to ground, tackled by Zach Hare. And it's another stoppage. Grits, I mean, what would you say if you're Troy Coates, you're Jack Fallon? The issue in the game's been execution for you rather than opportunity. What do you say to them at halftime?
They've just got to lower their eyes and hit the target that's coming up at them. I see the way their forward line's set up at the moment. They probably need to push back a little bit and give themselves a little bit of space to lead up into it.
They're playing, or kicking to the city end here at the QEO, the Bloods, in this third term. Gisborne with 6 goals, 1 in the second. South Bendigo with 3 goals, 3. It took them until the 4-minute mark of the second quarter to get their first goal of the game. It took us till the 11-minute mark of the first quarter to get a goal registered in the contest. It's been tough going in wet conditions, and again another stoppage. Benaki and Rusbridge can't be split at left half forward. Right on the 50 for the Dogs. We'll have it tossed up.
No one got hands foot in the last tap out. This time it was Jed Dennehy that did so to Benaki's advantage. Around the body. Oh, good mark. Taken by McKenna. 30 metres out from goal. Perhaps on a 45-degree angle And this is one man that Gisborne smiles over whenever he has the footy in his hands. Pat McKenna has not nailed a goal yet this afternoon, but has 35 majors for the season.
What's his chances?
Star. I'm saying he's an 85% chance to kick this.
This is back to the days of the Oracle with Benny Dyed in the under-18s from you, Jacko. I like this.
It is 85% chance for Pat McKenna. He kicks, it starts to the right, works its way back. And it must have had divine intervention because it looked like it was going for a point, but it finished up as a goal. And that's the 10th for Gisborne here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval.
I hope that person had divine intervention.
Divine intervention? Tell us about that, Father. What
I
do you
can't
mean?
comment on that. Gisborne 10-1-61 to
can't.
South Bendigo 39-27. Bit of noise out on the street.
Yeah,
3 minutes gone, third term. Live 25 local fresh footy. Score sponsor Aussie Disposals.
I hope it was a car backfiring. Gisborne's conversion in front of goal continues, and Pat McKenna with he was a very handy cricketer, albeit a wicket-keeper bat back in the day, and that was a dead-set in-swinger off the boot of Pat McKenna to get that one to be steered through. Here he is on the wing. Blood's got the clearance, and the Dogs will build the footy up. McKenna goes inside forward 50, their premiership captain from a couple of seasons ago. It hits the deck. Zach Dennehy with an opportunity. Wheels around on the right boot, misses near side. Second blemish for the day for the Dogs. 10-2, plays 3-9, 35 points the margin. 3.5 go on third term. Score sponsor, Parsons Towing.
Jack Fallon to kick in from full back for the Bloods. They're going to the city end in this third term, the old-fashioned torpedo, but it wasn't the most majestic of torps, that's for sure. Stolen by Gray. Now it comes to Werner. He got it off Mins. Werner off the right boot to centre half forward. McKenna wants it, gets it on the second bite. Terrific. He's got it 55 metres out from goal. And you're asking for a prediction once more. I think he's going to
we want a percentage.
lay it off or
percentage.
put it at the tip of the goal square.
So
would be my
0%.
guess. And
oh,
I'm
wow.
right. He's laid it off unselfishly
Guess who?
to Bradley Benaki, and I would say that he's a 90% chance of nailing this from here. He's kicked 21 for the season. He has been best 14 times for Gisborne. He is a sensational player. He's fronted up every week at Gardner Reserve, whether it's been at home or away in season 2025. All 17 games of the season he's played. This is 18th for season 2025, and Benaki has kicked it.
Couldn't get it out there, Father. It was absolutely amazing kick, wasn't it?
It was terrific. So they've got their
Oh, bit of a scuffle in the forward pocket.
11th. It is Dennis Grinton there. 11-2-68 Gisborne. South Bendigo 3-9-27. 5 minutes gone, third term. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers. And we're back in the middle.
Yep, Dean Goodrich is getting on with things. First time I've worked with you, Grints. I sense you've got an eye for a bit of a scuffle. Just quietly pushing the back in the middle of the ground. Free kick going to the Bloods. Jesse Collins as they get sorted out in the centre. He looks like he's got 2 shooting sleeves on, Jesse Collins, with the amount of mud he's got on the forearms. Goes to Haddo. Haddo a low kick inside forward 50. The Bloods need to take advantage of every chance they get at this stage of the contest. It's bashed back inside the arc. Chase Poyser swings his boot at it. Manders is there for the Dogs. Stepping through cleanly out of defence go Gisborne. There's a free kick on the wing here. Murphy got tangled up with Crisp. It's going to be a free kick to the South Bendigo big man, who's got it centre wing, pull side. The Dogs with the first 2 of the third term. They lead by 41.
They do indeed. Chris, one of my favourite players in the Bendigo League. He is a star. Goes to half forward. Harvey inside 50. He calls for it. Didn't get it. But Strubens does. Along the ground. Goal. Magnificent from Stephen Strubens. His first of the afternoon. The Bloods 4th. They needed that indeed. Live 25. Local fresh footy. Our score sponsor is Don Smallgoods. Is Don. Is good. Gisborne 11-2-68. Leads South Bendigo 4-9-33.
Could that be the starter for South's revival here? I like the inside 50 there. Just kick it to grass in front of these small forwards and let them go to work. That is an absolute brilliant goal by Strubens. He is a class finisher.
His first, 49th for the season for Stephen Strubens. So they've got goals through Harvey, through Strubens, through Zimmerman, through Lockwood. And they'd love to see a little bit more of that inside forward 50. Back in the middle we go. Jed Dennehy and Chris. Ball lands in the puddle just toward the grandstand side of the centre circles. Dogged with the clearance eventually. It ricochets around in the middle. Then Johnston comes away with it. A kick to half forward. Taking it Luxmore. Dropped it in the tackle. Should have been a free. But Turnbull just rips it away. He's been superb, the youngster for South Bendigo today. Kicks to half forward. Zimmerman starting to get involved. A wide hand pass to Nitschke. Paddles it out in front of himself. Then goes to ground and round arms it toward the edge of the 50. Zimmerman was held by Burke. And the South Speedster will take the free kick and be dragged back behind his mark. He dropped it off into the pocket where Smith took it. But it'll be a free kick coming back to Zimmerman. Right on the edge of the 50 for South Bendigo. As the sun breaks through the clouds. Metaphorically, it might be doing the same for South if they can get another goal here. They trail by 35 early in the third term. Zimmerman looks bereft of options. He swings it to a central spot. The kick's an absolute laser beam onto the chest of Brock Harvey. You couldn't have drawn it up any better. And Harvey's got a set shot from 40 out directly in front.
Absolute ripper, Joel.
The kind of pass that deserves a goal.
Percentage.
And Harvey settles over the shot. 45 out. Strikes it. Loves it. And chalk it up to Anthony Zimmerman. The vision and the execution from the Bloods. They get back-to-back goals, and the margin is back now to 29 points. 5-9-39 the Bloods, 11-2-68 Gisborne, 9 gone third term, live 25 local fresh footy, and again a bit happening off the footy, this time Elijah Bretherton involved.
Yes, there's something that really happened off the footy there.
South Bendigo bench are irate.
Troy Coates not impressed, that's an understatement, as Jed Dennehy out of the centre, did everything. The tap out, the clearance, Murphy shortly caught high. No free kick though, set the field up high. Luxmore by hands to Benaki. Isaiah Miller defends well, so too does Jake Rusbridge. Trotter was tackled and the ball's locked up about 45 metres out.
I didn't see what happened in that
goal.
last passage play, but Brock Harvey's in the hands of the trainers after copping something off the ball, so certainly one to keep an eye on.
Yep, there was Elijah Bretherton who might have dealt out a bit of punishment. The South Bendigo crew felt aggrieved by that. Werner from half forward for the Dogs. A high kick inside the forward 50. Has it been pulled in by Johns in the pack? It has. Campbell Johns. He had 3 to outpoint the marking contest, and he's dragged it in. 25 from home for the Bulldogs.
What a great contested mark from a young player. Just got to the highest point. The pack fell around him.
He kicked a big goal in the second term, second year of senior footy for Campbell Johns. For his 13th goal of the campaign, an important steadier for the Dogs. He rattles the woodwork on the left-hand side. It's 5 straight kicks the spread. Gisborne 11-3, South 5-9, 10.5 played in this third term. Live 25, local fresh footy. Score sponsor Aussie Disposals, and you just get the sense, Grins, this is a really important passage in this contest.
Yeah, the next 7 or 8 minutes of this game will tell the story of the game. If Gisborne get another one, it's going to be really hard for South, but South get the next one, get it in with that 4 goals. They're going to come home with a wet sail.
Jack Fallon about 80 metres, almost into the centre circle. Zach Hare, boot to ball, Struben's direction. He picks it up. Hand pass goes astray to space. Lockwood gallops after it. He picks it up now. He has support. Geddes. Haddo out to the wing. Back to Geddes. Off the right boot. Slams it deep and long, but to no one in particular. Instead, straight to the defence of McKenna, who intercepts for the Dogs, and he's got it across half back for Gisborne.
They swung him back after the back-to-back goals for South Bendigo. That's the go-to move for Rob Waters. He experienced the leadership, the steadying hand of the premiership captain, Pat McKenna. And now they exit through Gray and Benaki, and they just want to put some pace out of the game at the moment, Gisborne. Take the air out of the footy. Sun shining now here at the QEO. Benaki's kick slides up the line 70 metres. He kicked it straight to the coach on the bench as it goes out of play. It'll be tossed back in. Gisborne 11-3-69, South Bendigo 5-9-39, 12 played third term, Live 25 local fresh footy, the first semi-final, the elimination semi-final. The winner to play Eagle Hawk next week. It's curtains for the loser. Great to have you with us, whether you're listening on 101.5 or the Community Plus radio app or the BFNL live stream match of the day. As Zach Dinner, he takes it away from the stoppage and he spears it inside forward 50 onto the chest of Murphy. A beautiful breakaway. And again, the pass, absolutely pinpoint.
That's it. That's a tale of two stories, isn't it, Joel? The inside 50 to South that went over the back to McKenna, just the bomb in, and then the Stallone of the eyes. But it was a great contested mark. The South Bendigo defender could not do any more there. 16 games for Jacob Murphy. Just the 4 goals and the set shots away to the right. 11-4-70, plays 5-9-39. 13 gone third term. Score sponsor is Donny's Good. And in the netball, it is the Dogs by 19 goals. So they look like they're going to cruise through to a prelim. The Gisborne Bulldogs.
They'll be very pleased. The netballers are Gardner reserve if they continue with that trajectory. Fallon wants Lockwood, didn't find him. Instead, Miller picks it up. He slams it into the centre of the ground. Pack develops. Zach Hare had over there too. Free kick picked out. And it's going against the Gisborne Bulldogs.
That netball one, Joel, that'll be Sandhurst and Gisborne next week. That'll be the 4th time in 7 weeks that those two teams will have played off. They've played 3 times in the last 6 and Sandhurst have won all 3. So I'll have a work to do in that A-grade netball next week, Gisborne.
Chase Poyser gave the hand pass to Alexander Smith to half forward in front of our broadcast position. McKenna gets in the way defensively. Burke supported him and the Dogs are out. Werner, defensive side centre wing.
Chips it forward. John's the target of the kick. Can't mark. Werner keeps it in, putting his head over it is Tom Brereton, as he always does. Kept it alive. There's a little bit on in the afters as well. Rusbridge had pinned down James Gray. Brereton's got the free kick in the meantime. He spears it onto the chest of Haddo. Brody Haddo, who will be a contender on Mickelson Medal Night. Absolutely. Kicks to half forward. Alex Davis floats forward and pulls in an impressive mark. He clutches it to his chest at right half forward. Drops the kick into the pocket. He's got Harvey out the back. He put it where only the spearhead could access it. And Harvey from beyond the boundary in the right forward pocket's got a set shot, but a tough one.
Toughest pocket at the QEO to kick goals from. I've seen one kicked absolutely laser beam yesterday from Fergus Green. Can he repeat the dose?
Such an important stage in the game. Such an important player.
Wow.
Brock Harvey. It's the kind of moment you sense he's made for. On the right boot from the right forward pocket, he threads the needle. And he pulls it back to a 25-point game. His 3rd and his 2nd of the quarter. 6-9-45, plays 11-4-70. 15 gone in the 3rd. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder, Live 25 local fresh footy, and Dennis Grinton. We are being treated in this 3rd term.
Absolutely. South Bendigo just got that little bit of footy momentum now. Can they take the opportunity for the next 10 minutes to get another 2 on the board before 3/4 time to bring that margin back under 3 goals?
3 goals to 2 in favour of the Bloods in this term. In the middle, Benaki gets it. He takes it. He's running forward. Barnard Street end to Merritt. Beautiful foot pass. He did everything right, did Matthew Merritt, going back with the flight of the ball. He's kicked 2 already today, and he's looking for his 23rd of the season. Matthew Merritt, and Dennis Grinton has his eyes covered in frustration. Why?
Oh, it's just brilliant by Benaki. You've just got to put time into these blokes and not allow them to get free stoppage around centre bounces. You've got to put time into them.
Merritt, 30 metres out, has missed.
Oh, they've
to
got
the
the
right-hand
yips.
side they have at the moment, so a lucky reprieve there for South Bendigo. Gisborne, 11-5-71. Lead South Bendigo, 6-9-45. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers.
We've had long quarters throughout this first half. Fallon to kick in for the Bloods in his more customary position down back. He drives it as far as he can with a tube right up the middle that bounces its way to centre half forward. He's got kicked at 90 metres. And then Smith's given away the free kick to Manders. That was Ben Graham down at Caninia Park against Port Adelaide all those years ago. Manders out wide to Benaki. They try and build it up here, the Dogs. Mins kick up the boundary line on the outer side. Johns can't take it with him. Turnbull's been outstanding for South Bendigo. As a young player coming into a hot situation, he's handled himself very well. And the ball's dragged to a stop. Just attacking side of centre wing for the Dogs. Pull side of the ground. They lead by 26 points, but South Bendigo are making their charge.
They don't do breezy conditions at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Run the ball up. Neither side could break away, so we'll have a secondary ball up. Swimming pool side wing.
Just waiting for Callum Crisp to really put his dominance on this game. It was a highlight that I had highlighted pre-game, and it hasn't happened so far. So if he can have a big third and fourth quarter, it might go a long way to South Bendigo winning the game.
A huge fly in the ruck from Jed Dennehy. He tapped it forward about 20 metres. That was beautiful to watch. It comes to half forward. Surely caught high was Brad Benaki. But as you say, Dennis Grinton, if you put your head over the footy, you'll be rewarded. So Benaki has it. 50 metres out from goal. If he has a shot, he'll have to kick it from about 55, and I sense he's going to back himself. He, at the last moment, sees an option, directs it to the pocket, and a great defensive spoil from Jack Fallon. He aids it towards the boundary line, then picks it up as well.
He hit the boundary umpire and stayed in.
To Alexander Smith, who's got it across half back, and the Bloods take it to half forward.
So Fallon killed the contest, and it was able to stay in the field of play. It's been a turnover to Vescovi for the Dogs, to Burke. The Trentham product kicks up toward half forward. Merritt gives chase. He works Slangley off the football. Handballs forward to Gray. Gray with an expansive kick inside forward 50. Zach Dennehy traps it, goes to ground, gets the handball away. 30 metres out from the Gisborne goal. All the pressure is on from Johns. Now the flying shot at goal off the left boot, and it's squeezed through.
Wow.
Miletus able to get boot to ball, and in a critical situation provides an important one for Gisborne. 12-5-77 to 6-9-45. It breaks a run of 3 unanswered South Bendigo goals as we approach time on in the third term. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder.
Yeah, you just take them opportunities inside 50, but it was the first tackle inside 50 that got that result in that goal. Put the South Bendigo defender under pressure, had to get it out because they've been playing holding the ball, just spilled out, pick up, goal. So that's the tackling pressure inside 50 that created that goal.
It's a tremendous quarter, 3 goals apiece for both Gisborne and South Bendigo. Free kick for a hold in the centre circle, infringement, and Zimmerman tried to take the advantage, but the kick will have to come back inside the centre circle itself. So South Bendigo are displeased with that. They wanted the initiative of Zimmerman to continue.
I love their passion though.
Indeed. Chipping it over the top is Zimmerman to Haddo. Zimmerman wants it back, but he ignores that. Instead, Haddo will go longer down the line. He wanted Nitsky, couldn't find him. Benaki gets in the way. He clears with a great ball to centre wing. It was conservative, it was safe, but it was very well executed and out of bounds in front of the grandstand. 20 minutes gone, third term, the premiership term as it's renowned in finals footy. Gisborne lead by 32 points.
Brock Harvey still not on the ground at the moment, Dennis. Came off a couple of moments ago when the ball was up the other end, having kicked the last 2 goals in the game. They say you want to feed the hot hand. Well, the hot hand's got to be available.
Yeah, just having that little break just before his 5-minute break. He should be back on the next minute or so. He's up at the interchange at the moment, waiting to come back on.
Yeah, I think he'll be the next one on as soon as someone from South comes off.
Ball's dragged under the pack. We'll do it again. In front of a packed grandstand here at the QEO, the elimination semi-final. Bloods with the clearance. Geddes to Collins. Bashes it to half forward. Miller, the target of the kick. Chase Poyser did exactly that. Curls the kick inside forward 50. Mins playing on Strubens, does well. His clearing kick is out of bounds on the full. And it'll be brought back in by Nitschke for the Bloods from right half forward. He's a kick and a half from home. Down by 32 points, as Jackson said. 3 goals apiece here in this third term. The game is there for the taking.
Nitschke looks for Lockwood and gets him. Great mark, well-placed kick. Lockwood has it 45 metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle. He is a terrific youngster, played mostly with the Bendigo Pioneers this year. 14 games for the Pios, but this is his 7th senior game for the Bloods in 2025. His side needs him to kick this. He can't deliver. It goes to the right-hand side and just sneaks through for a minus score. 16-46 South Bendigo. Gisborne 12-5-77.
Brock Harvey has just entered the field as well.
Good stuff, Cam. Thank you. The Bloods fans will be relieved to hear that. The Dogs bring it outside the defensive 50. Sims will chase it out toward the boundary line. Gets a shove from Manders. Murphy scurries across and it's out of play. Of course, best on ground today gets our $100 voucher thanks to our sponsor Bendigo City Framers. There's a few putting their hands up for that throughout the afternoon, Grins.
Yeah, there's been a couple, but there's been a standout at the moment. And you see what the result is at the end of the game. There's a couple for South Bendigo as well. Harvey gets on the end of another couple, ends up with 5 or 6 for the game, gets him over the line, could be in the chance.
Feeling he might wear red, blue and white in a rather low number, this particular individual. Gray, the stoppage clearance for the Dogs. Up toward half forward, Zach Dennehy slides out. Over and out of play. Cam, conditions at the moment. There's a bit of sun peeking through. The clouds have cleared. What's the wind doing at ground level?
Oh, it's really not very windy at all. There's really not much wind to really account, so it's definitely not really favouring. It's still very wet and a lot of holding water out on the ground down here. The sun is slowly peeking out, but probably not enough to dry the ground out too much, I wouldn't think. But yet, no wind to speak of down here.
The Bureau of Radiology is telling us it's 14 kilometre-an-hour gusts out of the northeast at the moment, so pretty gentle. 16 degrees. Thanks to Ray with the gadgets to keep us informed here in our broadcast this afternoon.
I'm definitely not feeling any breeze at all down here, so it doesn't matter what the computer says.
I'd be trusting the computer over you just quietly, Ken.
I would too, I must admit. Nitsky to Haddo, up to centre half forward. Zimmerman lurks, he wants it. Jasper Langley collects, he does well. He directs the kick to the teeth of goal. Magnificent intercept and grab by Evans. I've liked his game. And he finds Vescovi, who delivers short to Bradley Benaki.
Yep, he's in the pocket where Dr. Rowan Molinar is. Of course, long-time GP. Might need to see him for a shot for leather poisoning after the game. He's had an absolute plethora of it. Johns at halfback for the Dogs. Turned the handball over. Collins couldn't get it onto a South Bendigo teammate. Taken away by Gray. McKenna tries to usher the footy toward half forward as it slipped past him. It's picked up by Hare. Curls it down the line. Poyser, one grab, a second, not paid. Gee, that's a bit stiff. Yeah. You see enough of them paid, and he had a good purchase on it.
Dean Goodridge immediately pointed that the Gisborne player got his hands to it in the marking contest.
I understand that. I understand that it might have had another pair of hands on it, but they get
I would have paid it a mark as well, absolutely. And now Dean's just pulled out a holding the ball free kick in there. So you can hear what the crowd is thinking about it in this special effects mic down here. The South supporters getting very restless down here.
They're going to burn the dugout down here. The Bloods crew.
I'm not feeling very safe down here at the moment.
No, just come up to the commentary box if you need, Cam. I'm not sure we can provide much protection for you, though. We'll get the heavy muscle of Jackson here to try and sort things out. Johnston kicks the Dogs to half forward. Free kick. The Bloods cue the Bronx cheers. It'll be Van Humen to take it from half back. They trail by 31 points. 25 gone, third term. Live 25. Elimination semi-final footy.
Yes, I think diplomacy's more my style, Joel, as the kick from Merritt goes up to half forward. Great contest between Johnston and Zimmerman, and in fact the two of them show a beautiful act of sportsmanship.
Great sign of respect.
Congratulating each other for their efforts.
While the ball's out of bounds, it's three-quarter time in the MCDFNL as well. Carisbrook 6-4-40 leading Natty Yellow 4-5-29.
Boundary throwing, Lockwood gets to the front position, but it was fisted down by Jed Dennehy, and player was caught high. It's against Luke Miletus, and it's going to go to Thomas Brereton. So Brereton's got it right in front of our broadcast position for South Bendigo. They trail by 31 points, but you can sense, Joel, the Bloods are lifting. They are hanging in there, 3 goals apiece in this third term.
Well, they know that they've got to go and go now. The kick inside forward 50. Smith, the target of it, got boot to ball. It just squirted out to Burke, who kicks it out of bounds on the full. Straight to Zach Hare. Nice little side of the boot job to get it back to Tommy Brereton from the Blood skipper. It's good from you, Harry. 26 and a half gone in the third term. Bloods trail by 31. Brereton with the set-up kick. Smith has it go through his hands. Lockwood waits out the back for it to come out. It won't do cleanly. Smith throws his weight around as it's dragged to a stop. Right forward pocket, Bloods into attack. 27 gone third term, and they need to pile on the goals if there's any chance to keep their season alive.
But if they get one here, Joel, I sense the momentum will be huge headed into the last term. We have travelled 27 minutes in this third term. Ball up, 30 metres out from South Bendigo's goal. It bounces off about 6 heads. Dylan Johnston couldn't get clean use of the ball. Bottom of the pack, Luxmore. Burke follows in with a tackle. It's locked up and there was no chance of Isaiah Miller getting it out for South Bendigo. So another ball up, stoppage. It's scrappy. 2 big flies. Lockwood up high, boot to ball. Burke, he clears, going back ever so courageously. The Bloods player in Brereton. Davis, kick inside 50, goes to centre half forward. The wise head of McKenna defends well and brings it into dispute. A ball up, 45 out from South Bendigo's goal.
Wow, can they hold? Can they hold Gisborne, or can South get one before three-quarter time?
In a 5-goal game, the tension is palpable at the moment. Gisborne, they need to hold. South Bendigo probably need to score if there's any chance. It's going to be a mountain to climb in the last quarter. Haddo chases it outside the defensive 50. You get a free kick for some forceful contact below the knees. And Brodie Haddo, ever industrious, kicks in field to Davis. Drops it onto that right boot. Strubens and Harvey. Harvey was up. Strubens stayed down. Couldn't get the purchase on the kick. Fell into the lap of Johnston, who blasted out of there. Luxmore meets it at full pace. So too does Collins. Spills to Brereton. Sells the candy. Dragged down in the tackle. Caught holding the ball. Outstanding tackling effort from the Dogs. And the free kick and advantage paid the way of Gisborne up the outer wing.
It was Floriani that took it in Murphy's direction. And it's wrapped up, centre wing, full side. So we'll have it thrown up. 29 minutes elapsed, 12-5 plays 6-10. 31 points the lead to the boys from Gardner Reserve. Ball is thrown up. Zayden Lockwood was there. Zach Dennehy gets it at ground level. Inside 50 with the kick. It's 35 metres out from goal, Barnard Street end.
Well, they weathered the storm. They'd love it inside their 50 in this last 3 or 4 minutes of this quarter, boys. If they can get a result here, it's going to be really tough for South to come back in this game.
Thoughts of Dennis Gritton alongside Father Jackson Saunders, myself, Joel Peterson, Cam Power, Norm Jenkin. With the call this afternoon, Live 25 local fresh footy. Cal Crisp strolls back onto the ground. James Gray in the forward pocket for Gisborne. Had it, lost it, caught holding the ball. Free kick to the Bloods on the last line, and it's the tireless Tom Brereton.
He's had a great quarter, boys, Tom Brereton.
He is a magnificent player. Goes at 100 miles an hour on every opportunity. Short to Geddes, inside defensive 50 for the Bloods. Kicks as long and as far as he can. It's a little bit of contact off the play. It's going to go to South Bendigo again. Lockwood not paid the advantage, which is fair enough on that occasion because the mark hadn't been taken, the ball hadn't been moved on. They've been aggrieved on a number of occasions, the Bloods, by the umpiring so far today, but there's been a number of situations like that where you can't pay advantage in that situation, so the ability to take it hasn't been there. Lockwood takes it from defensive side of the outer wing. He has to come back behind his line. Now, that's getting a little bit more into brass tacks and maybe the unnecessary department. 31-point lead to the Dogs. 31 minutes played in the third. South need one before three-quarter time.
They do, and Brereton, here's your plea. He goes express up the guts, and he wants his
He's been good, Brereton.
man directly in front of goal in Haddo, who has marked 40 metres out from goal, directly in front.
Isn't this a big moment?
It is a big moment. He's done a power of work through stoppage. Has he got the leg on him?
And
Has he got the leg on him?
After the siren.
And good afternoon to Jock Clark. He will not play on.
He is a star player. He played interleague with Brodie Haddo, who's been in their best 16 times this year. So that's quite extraordinary. 16 of their 17 games, he has been in their best. And this would be huge. I'm backing him. Haddo, after the siren,
Short.
he kicks. It's through. Goal. South Bendigo with their 7th. 7-10-52. Gisborne, 13 goals, 5-83. Our score sponsor at the three-quarter time siren is Aussie Disposals, and the Bloods with 4 goals to 3 in that third term might be coming.
The flame is flickering, Grints. What can that do for a team going into three-quarter time?
Oh, look, that goal's absolutely massive. I've loved Tommy Burden's quarter then. I thought he got him back into the game. Guess why? Because he lowered his eyes and he hit his forward. That Zimmerman pass. That if they can do that and have as many inside 50s this quarter, I think South Bendigo can win this game. If their ball use going inside 50 can smarten up, they're winning enough of it, they're getting enough of it in there. It's just, that's what's going to be the game. And they need to nullify Bradley Banaki around stoppage.
What a prospect we've got set up for the final half an hour. Do not go anywhere. A grandstand finish coming up in the elimination semi-final at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Gisborne by 25 points as we turn for home. The final quarter is next. Live 25, local fresh footy.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Kaiser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Kaiser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Kaiser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training. Building strength with precision.
It's the Bendigo Football Netball League top 5 for the first week of the finals. Kicking off at number 1, Jack Fallon here was fantastic to rove the pack. An off-balance snap puts it through. A great goal. Number 2, James Shishka here, just smart to get front and centre. Great work. Put it through. That's solid.
Receives and bends it goalward and puts it through for a well-needed goal for the Storm.
Number 3, this is all class. This from Josh Nitschke here. Evaded his opponent, but look where he is. He's right on the boundary line when he slots that through. That is all class from there.
Gets around one, a second, sends it towards goal and puts it through.
Zachary Vescovi here from Gisborne never took his eyes off the footy and then took the grab going into the flight. An amazing mark. Number 5, an amazing one this. Kynan Brule-Grinton here. The ball ricocheted, stuck out the shoe and put it through. You have to watch this on replay. It's unbelievable. Whoa! Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen a goal like that in a long time.
What a final term we've got here at the home of country football. A quarter to go in the first semi-final. A place to play Eagle Hawk next week on the line. It's Gisborne by 25 points, but 4 goals in that quarter for South Bendigo has them still a puncher's chance as we turn for home. Joel Peterson, Jackson Saunders, Dennis Grinton, Cam Power with you. Norm Jenkin, the numbers to three-quarter time.
Yeah, well, that quarter we saw 15 inside 50s, South Bendigo, 4 goals. 10 inside 50s, Gisborne, 3 goals. Intercept marks, there was only 3 for the quarter and they were all taken by Gisborne. 2 in defence and 1 across the centre.
3 for Brock Harvey. He kicked 2 in that term. The final quarter starts. The season ends for one of these two teams and the game is there for the taking. Who can rise to the moment over this final half an hour and see their season stay alive? Sims lays the tackle in the middle. It's locked up. 3 to Harvey, 1 to Strubens, 1 to Zimmerman, 1 to Haddo, 1 to Lockwood for the Bloods, 2 to Luxmore, 2 to Merritt, goals to McKenna, to Johns, to Miletus, to Dennehy, to Gray, to Werner and Benaki for the Dogs. Ball spins around like a top inside the centre square. Johnston off a step, blasts it to fall forward for the Dogs. It's rode brilliantly by Young, who's done some special things up there today. He can't curl that one home for the finish. First score of the final term for the Dogs is a minor one. Takes their lead to 26.
It does indeed. And for the Bloods, Brock Harvey with 3 and 1 each to Strubens, Zimmerman, Haddo and Lockwood as Hare with the kicking goes about 70 metres up into the centre square. Haddo gets the kick. He goes up to centre wing. It bounces to half forward. Swimming pool side. After it was Strubens. Couldn't get used to the ball. Free kick picked out. It'll go to Jack Fallon. Evans was penalised for holding the ball. In fact, it's Smith. So Smith off the right boot for South Bendigo. Kick inside 50, no good.
Guess who?
And it's been intercepted by, you can fill the gap, Brad Benaki. He is an absolute star, and he clears to centre wing on the grandstand side.
He'll be right in the conversation.
Well, what
for
are they
the
going to do
$100
here?
voucher for our sponsor, Bendigo City
Oh,
Farmers
it's
today.
being paid!
And that is as deliberate as you get, and it should have been paid, and it was by Dean Goodrich.
I'm very happy to see that paid down here. Any of our regular listeners would have known I was calling for that then. That was as deliberate as they come, Joel.
Yep, absolutely. No other intent whatsoever than to put that ball out of play. Not even insufficient intent to keep the ball in, as the rule would be in other parts. It was deliberate to get it out. It should have been paid, and it was. Zimmerman kicks down the line, spots up Miller. Here go the Bloods. First goal, all important. Strubens down behind play, free kick. Strubens was fouled off the footy, went sprawling through the 50. And he will have the set shot to pull them back to 20 points behind. He was part of the team the last time this South squad made a grand final, 2010, his first season in Bloods colours. He's left for other opportunities. He's coached them. He stuck around. He wanted to be successful at South. He leaves his kick left on that occasion. It's a minor score. The margin is 25 to start the final term. Score sponsor Aussie Disposals, Life 25, local fresh footy. And Dennis Grinton, this last quarter will be full of moments just like that.
Yeah, you've got to seize them moments, Joel. He sees them. Such a good player, but he'll have another opportunity starting to really work himself into the game and leading up at the footy.
He's kicked 1 goal to Vescovi, and he wants Jed Denner. He drops the sitter. Zimmerman picks it up, goes to Hare, who's tackled and worked out of bounds. Will have a boundary throw in.
One of Jared Lynch's main message at the huddle there was that they knew that South were going to come and present some chances for a shot on goal, but they want to force them to have those shots from the pocket or as far out as they can and not give them anything central towards goal.
Cameron Power on the boundary, knocked down by Crisp to Haddo, inside 50. Strubens, has he played on? Umpire says no. He does so now. He puts it to the teeth of goal. It's metres out. Hands on it was Isaiah Miller. Ball ricochets.
Oh, where are they pulling these from now?
The Gisborne defender clearly kicked that one towards the boundary then, so I think that was just as bad as the one from before. So a little bit of consistency from umpire Goodridge out there.
So the penalty free kick will be taken by South Bendigo.
Dean Goodridge in the centre circle, to be fair to him.
And Alexander Smith in the pocket. He'll go the check side, but He's missed to the left-hand side and only behind. A disappointing blow. 7-12-54, the Bloods. Gisborne 12-6-78. 4 gone last term, but you can sense South Bendigo believe and are coming.
Dogs haven't scored since the 19-minute mark of the third. 50 metres.
Oh, wow.
50 metres as Benaki waltzes into the centre.
That was against Brock Harvey. He encroached on that 15-metre protected zone then.
Great spotting cam. Benaki's away. Whoa. He curls it, tubes it inside 50 through the hands of Fallon. Johnston slides in. Handball away looking for McKenna. 30 metres out from the Dogs' goal. Young had it, lost it. Lockwood spins through the contest. Can't take it with him for the Bloods. It's desperate stuff from both of these teams at the moment. Head over the contest type stuff. That's what's required. Johns goes in. He can't take it away. Ball up 45 out from the Dogs' goal. Up by 4 straight kicks. 5 gone last term. The Bloods charging at them.
Zimmerman got hands to it, but he couldn't get boot to ball. And it's locked up in a stoppage, so another ball up. So Gisborne to the city end in this final term. In the ruck contest, Hare collected the tap out from Chris. Now Zimmerman snaps around his body to centre wing. He wants Alexander Smith. Clever tap, and he finds Isaiah Miller. He goes to half forward. Strubens. Evans defends well. It's 45 metres out from goal. Vescovi assists Evans. Evans is under enormous pressure. So too Vescovi. They prevail. They clear the Dogs up to centre wing. Campbell Johns wants it. Merritt goes one way, then the other. He dances like he's on the dance floor, and they've got it to Johnston on centre wing, the Bulldogs.
Johnston's got it. He chips it forward. Benaki going to be involved in another setup. Looking for McKenna. Low kick inside the 50. Melita slides through. Hands forward for the Dogs. Looking for Murphy. Hare is there in defence for South. So too is Haddo. Look for the safety of the boundary line. Melita throws it on the boot. Quick as a flash. But it's away to the left-hand side for a minor score. Pushes the margin above 4 kicks. It's a 5-possession ball game. 6.5 gone. Final quarter. Score sponsor Parsons Towing. Live 25 local fresh footy.
Jack Fallon with an important kick to bring the ball back into play. So they're down effectively by 5 goals. They've got to take the game on. And Jack Fallon will consider the best route forward. And he goes the old-fashioned torpedo. That went about 90 metres. Absolutely brilliant. And it'll bounce all the way in front of the interchange gates for Gisborne, which, to paint a picture for you, is across left half forward.
So untouched, not a free kick because he exited the goal square.
That's right, extraordinary. And enormous distance gained. 2 kicks out from goal, essentially, from that almighty, massive torpedo from Fallon. Up to half forward from the boundary throw-in. Chris taps it down, and it's collected by Nitsky. Inside 50 with a kick. Strubens lurks. Evans defensively slams it on the boot and clears to the boundary and safely puts it out of bounds. We'll have it thrown back in.
I would prefer Fallon with these kicks now, with so much penetration, go up through the middle of the ground.
Yep.
Then if it gets over the back, it puts Gisborne under pressure.
As they still need 5 scores from here, South, to tie it up. 5 goals to get ahead. They've got the footy across half forward, trying to keep their season alive. Won both against the Dogs during the home and away. Did South Bendigo by 42 and 27. Haddo at the contest, kicks inside 50. Smith comes sprawling out, can't take it with him. Clearing kick for the Dogs, marked by Joey Johns at centre half back, who's looking for an option. Spreads it wide to Manders. Nurses the left foot kick down the line, and Lockwood peels off and intercepts.
Had a
with
good game.
Real athleticism and composure. Centre wing, pull side of the ground. Kicks toward half forward. Benaki back with the flight. What can't he do? Takes the mark at half back for the Dogs.
He does indeed. He is a star player. A delight to watch and call, but when you put a rat on someone, they usually let you down. That's what's happened there. Lockwood has taken it back for South Bendigo. He kicks to half forward. Mins should collect and regather for Gisborne. He does so, combines with Evans. Hand pass for Manders. Just escaped him and went over and out for a boundary throwing. 12-7-79 Gisborne. They lead South Bendigo 7-12-54. 9 travelled in the last quarter.
The game is finally poised at the moment. South know they've got to keep their skates on. Merritt kicks wide. That won't be deliberate. Thrown in. Gee, the young field umpire there just swung the arm from a rather low position. Made him think about it for a moment. Our final score on the A-grade netball, Gisborne 68 to South Bendigo 42. So as Cam mentioned, it'll be South Bendigo, I should say Sandhurst and Gisborne next week for the prelim final.
Seventh time in 4 weeks.
Yep, 7th time in 4 weeks.
7 weeks, I should say.
Grand finalists from last year. Chief protagonists in A-grade netball over the last 5 or so years. The winner to play Kangaroo Flat. Clearance for the Dogs. No prizes for guessing who it came from. Benaki kicks inside the forward 50. Hare toe pokes it outside the defensive 50. And a superb pickup from Zach Hare. Full speed, down low, one hand. Tumbles his kick up in front of the grandstand. Smith gives it back to the Dogs. Merritt to Johnston. All the time in the world to offload to Trotter. Pokes the pass inside the 50. Great defence there from Geddes. Melita still a chance. Handball away to Luxmore. Outside of the boot. It'll float across the face. And the Bloods defence will be able to mop up, or it'll trickle out of play. It'll do the latter. Left forward pocket. Dogs into attack. Leading by 25 points. 10.5 gone. Final term. We've got it tossed in. Live 25. Local fresh footy. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast.
If Gisborne goal here, I sense it'll be deadly for South Bendigo's season. Zimmerman, he needs to save the day. He dances, he pirouettes, he slams it on the boot out of the defensive zone. He went about 60 metres up to centre wing. Kane Mins gets in the way though. He gets it back for the Dogs into the centre to Evans. Smack bang in the centre circle. Gisborne are advancing. They do so quickly to half forward. Johns wants it, floats over his head. Jed Dennehy gets it on hands and knees to Johns. He's tackled. Brereton is a gun and he's wrapped him up in a tackle, a ball up.
I'm liking that from Zimmerman though. He's trying to take that game on through the middle. South have got to be brave now. You either lose by a lot or you win by a little margin. They've got to take the game on. Time is running out.
Thoughts of Dennis Grinton, Live 25, local fresh footy. Brereton inside the defensive 50. He was critical to their resurgence in the third term. He curls the kick around the corner, but it's marked by Johnston for the Dogs. Played his junior footy with Woodend and with Macedon. Came to Gisborne looking for an opportunity. What an opportunity he's got. Kick comes in from Normington, in fact, into the pocket. And again, it's an important intervention from Crisp this time to slap it out. Right forward pocket for Gisborne. 12-7-79 to 7-12-54. The Dogs have led at every change by 12 at quarter time, 28 at the half, 25 at three-quarter time. That's where the margin stands, 12 into the last.
It's a goalless last term too for both sides. Incidentally, I see free hot dogs, I think, are going here at the QEO. If you're looking for one, I think around the coffee van, you might be lucky. That's the way I read proceedings here at the home of country footy.
I'm on my way.
Good on you, Cam.
It's the game in this kind of situation, all about big moments, and no bigger moment than free hot dogs.
As Crisp knocks it down, and he's been given a free kick in that ruck contest. So they've got to go, Grins, don't they? Take the game on.
Can't go sideways. Got to go.
You ever seen a truck of hot dogs go past on the road?
No, I haven't.
You see trucks of sheep and cows. Never see a truck of hot dogs.
Oh! Almost a specky from Zach Dennehy. He's hit the ground hard too. Please keep an eye on him, Cam, as the ball goes into dispute.
I'm too busy trying to locate these free hot dogs at the moment.
Fair call. And based on your form through the pre-season and throughout the season, you could give canteen reviews each week on Live 25 local fresh footy. Zimmerman puts head over the footy. He's a courageous player. Gets it on the boot, goes to half forward, and it's gone out of bounds through Kane Mins, who defends well for Gisborne. I really like his game.
He's been absolutely brilliant, Kane Mins. Seriously, the amount of penetration ball he has stopped coming inside that 50, and he's, for such a young player, he's been amazing today.
Dennehy did just come off it. Looks like he might just be a little bit winded, but I'll keep an eye on him.
Saw some amazing delivery from Anthony Zimmerman to Stephen Strubens to Brock Harvey in that third quarter. I think we've just seen the best delivery of the day. Ray Pinner to Cameron Power on the boundary with the free hot dog. Cam will be out of action for the rest of the quarter, I reckon, just devouring that thing. Kick for the Dogs spills away from Miletus. It'll be thrown back in. Centre of the broadcast wing at the home of country football. The biggest, the grandest ground in regional Victoria. And it is put on a display this afternoon between two sides who've attacked this game with enormous vigour. The Dogs by 25 points over the Bloods, each trying to stave off elimination in season 2025. The Dogs trying to return to the biggest of stages that they fell short at last year. The Bloods trying to break through and get back deep into finals. Clearing kick for Gisborne through the hands of Merritt. Johns has been important up there for Gisborne. Can't take it with him that time. Johnston a kick inside the forward 50. It floats into the pocket. Oh, Darcy Young almost. He had it slip through his hands. It skidded along the turf off his boot, and it's out for a throw-in in the right forward pocket.
I tell you what, some of Darcy Young's collects today. That's the first fumble he's had. He's been absolutely brilliant inside that forward 50 for Gisborne.
15 gone last term. Still no goal in this quarter. One here, Gray slams it towards goal, but it's gone out of bounds in the right forward pocket, about 10 metres right of the right point post. If Gisborne goal here, it will be curtains for South Bendigo, I dare say, in season 2025. Ball's tossed back in. Huge moment in this contest. Stay tuned from the boundary throw-in. Merritt is over it. So too a stack of players from both sides at the bottom of that pack. Gray was unable to do anything. Another ball up.
Both teams committing plenty of numbers at the contest. Crisp inside defensive 50. Trotter puts his snout over it. Head in the trough. Free kick. He got taken high by Sims. It was paid by the out-of-zone umpire. And Pat Trotter with a 40-metre kick that would ice the game.
No concern for Zach Dennehy either. He's about to head back onto the field.
Gisborne by 25 points, 16 gone through the last. They fell to the Bloods twice during the regular season. Pat Trotter came into the team last week. He tries to go the distance, and it's away to the right. 26 points the lead for the Dogs after it's rushed through. 16 and a half gone, final term. Live 25 local fresh footy, and it's chips in now for South Bendigo.
Collins received it from Brereton, who goes to half back and finds Van Humen. He clears looking for Smith, but instead got McKenna to Gray. He left the footy behind. Chance for Turnbull, who's been very good in defence for South Bendigo. Scrappage, another ball up, the result. So it's between centre wing and half forward. Gisborne's front half of the ground. They lead by 26 points against South Bendigo. 17 minutes gone last term. Free kick, and it's going the way of the Bulldogs, and it's Jed Dennehy who got the free kick in that ruck contest. So Gisborne have certainly had the ascendancy of recent minutes, and Benaki is loose. He's just come on the ground. He's floating forward, and Luxmore went towards the footy. It went out of bounds, and well, South Bendigo were lucky there, Joel Peterson, because had they spotted Benaki, season over.
KG operator Brad Benaki, ball chucked in at the junction of the 50 and the boundary. Dogs in attack, free kick. In fact, a recalled throw-in. Sandhurst too good for Eagle Hawk yesterday by 61. They lie in wait in the grand final. Eagle Hawk into a prelim, and Gisborne looking like they will make it through, barring a miracle in the closing minutes here from South Bendigo. Collins the clearance to give them any hope. Kicks into the centre. Vescovi puts his fist through it back the other way. Evans goes to ground. Jed Dennehy, an important pickup. Kick skews off the side of the boot to his opposite number 28. And Lockwood marks at centre half forward, or centre half back for the Bloods.
He does. Lockwood with the frizzy hairdo wants Geddes. Got hands to it, couldn't complete the grab. Jacob Floriani opposes him, gives it to Benaki. Floriani gets it back, and he goes to Johnston with that spearing pass right in front of our broadcast position. Dylan Johnston, a great player. He's played 16 games this year, 23 goals. He chips it over the top and finds James Gray, another formidable contributor for the Bulldogs. He's been excellent today, Greenside. Echo your sentiments, and that spearing pass was deadly, and a fatal blow could be forthcoming for Gisborne.
He's already got two.
He goes for his third, Matthew Merritt. He will have to kick from beyond the paint of 50, and given the moment, I'm putting money on it, Grints.
You are.
Matthew Merritt, he will
52
kick
out.
Jeez, your savings are in trouble.
from right in front of us to the city end. His kick was a shocker. It was smothered off the boot. I'll have to start another collection. The kick was no good. Kick around the body from Gray. Inside 50 with the kick. It goes towards the boundary line and out of bounds. We'll have a toss back in.
I reckon if he doesn't even have a set shot, you're entitled to a refund there. I reckon that was a shocker. Kicked it straight in the man on the mark.
Hold all tickets. Race 4 here at Bendigo. Gisborne 12-8, South 7-12. 3 goals straight to 6 behinds in the opening term. It was 9-1 to 3-9 at half-time. The tale of woe for South Bendigo is what could have been in terms of the efficiency in front of goal. It's been such a feature of the Gisborne game. And it's a stoppage inside forward 50 again for the Dogs. Have a look at the numbers around the footy. The bulk of the players on the ground are huddled around this pack. Geddes a clearing kick. Minns couldn't take it cleanly. Nitschke slides in with all his premiership experience from the Navy Blues at Kerrang. Clearing kick only finds McKenna for the Dogs, stationed at centre half back. The goalkeeper and the interceptor. He flares it wide along the ground to Werner, to Gray, who went. He was caught. He was fouled. It's going to be 50. James Gray took the mark, went to move on immediately, was dragged down. The umpire said he hadn't played on, and he will be walked inside forward 50 to deliver a fatal blow.
To be fair to the South Bendigo player, he was playing on.
Yep.
I think he might have also caught him a little bit high as well, though.
Well, he did catch him high, but...
James Gray
will not miss.
He's already kicked one. Biggest kick of the season. And he stands up in their moment of need. James Gray. He's James Great for the Dogs right now. And he puts them 32 points to the good into time on, and books Gisborne's spot in a prelim against the Borough next week. 13-8-86 to 7-12-54. 22 minutes gone, final term, live 25, local fresh footy, score sponsor Bendigo City Framers, and by hook or by crook, they got there, Grints.
Absolutely, what a brilliant finish. He's had an absolutely outstanding day, James Gray. If you have a look at his tackles at the end of the day, it will be double figures.
Yep.
He does so much inside. He's been absolutely brilliant.
13 last week in the tackle count. Another big performance today.
Crisp's tap out was good in the path of Nitschke, who was awarded a free kick. He goes to half forward with the kick. Smith's hand pass went astray. Dogs take it out up towards Gray. Could have been caught high. Umpire said no. Crisp's tackle is excellent. And another stoppage. Another ball up. Great game of footy, but Gisborne are through to the preliminary final against Eagle Hawk next week. 22 minutes gone. It's a 32-point lead to the Dogs as they take it further forward once more. Kick around the body from Floriani toward half forward. Hare pirouettes in and out of traffic magnificently. Goes the torpedo straight though to McKenna. Double fists it down. He wants Bretherton. Smith gets in the path instead. He gets it, sends it deep for the Bloods. 20 metres out from goal. Vescovi manhandled his direct opponent illegally and gave away the free kick. He did manage the double fist, but South Bendigo, and it's the Rombest medalist, Harvey, will take the free kick and have a chance to line up for his 4th of the afternoon.
Yep, playing in front, just get held on to. A little bit Vescovi's been absolutely brilliant today, but Harvey's had his moments. He just hasn't had enough opportunity in this last quarter. Gisborne have been brilliant.
35 metres out, 45-degree angle. Brock Harvey wants to get his 4th. It starts right and stayed way right. Only a minus score. 7-13-55, South Bendigo. They trail Gisborne 13-8-86. 24 minutes gone, last term. Our score sponsor is Don's Small Goods. Is Don, is good on Live 25 local fresh footy.
I'll be in no hurry here, the Dogs. I'll be back here in 6 days' time to see whether it can be them and Sandhurst again for all the marbles in the grand final. Eagle Hawks stand in their way. The kick out toward a big pack, including Luxmore. It's belted out of play in front of Rob Waters. And it will be tossed back in. 13.886 to 7.13.55. They've already booked their place in a netball A-grade prelim. Jack Fallon comes off the ground looking forlorn as the moments wane. South Bendigo's season will go with it. Miller to Lockwood for the Bloods. Inside 50. And what a luxury to have Pat McKenna floating inside the defensive 50 to run across the ground and chop it off like that. Exiting kick toward Werner. His kick turned over. Let's Poyser in. He's got it right on halfway on the pull side.
He does indeed chase Poyser. He wants Isaiah Miller. Won't find him, but get at Alex Davis instead. His hand pass was erratic. And free kick for a hold. It's going the way of Gisborne, and it's Manders who will take the free kick across half-back. So Harry Manders with the footy for the Gisborne Bulldogs. 25 minutes gone last term. Manders sends it long. It's a penetrating kick to centre wing. Pack develops. Campbell Johns, his gang tackled. Jake Rusbridge led the way and will have a ball up in front of the swimming pool. And I tell you what, the dry cleaners, Joel, are going to get great business out of the footy this afternoon.
Indeed they are. There'll be some very busy team managers with overloaded washing machines at the end of today, that's for sure. Nitschke off hands. Haddo stepped across the boundary line. And it will be tossed back in. 13.886, 7.13.55. Earlier today, the Bloods booked their spot in an under-18 and a reserves prelim. A 9-point win over Strathfield, saying the 18s. A 1-point win, a thriller over Castlemaine in the reserves. It won't fall their way in this senior clash. There's been so much to like about their campaign. Langley has made an impression, the youngster, in this final series. Jesse Collins pulls himself up off the turf in the middle of the ground. It'll be another stoppage. What started out a wet day, it's been overcast throughout. We've had sunshine peeking through. It's been taxing conditions for both of these teams. For Gizzy off a 6-day break next week will be tough. And what a terrific mark from Davis, crashing out from full forward on that occasion. The usual defender inside the 50. Haddo on the outside of the boot. That's a really classy finish from Brodie Haddo. It's a mere consolation prize, but it's something to take with him to cap a superb individual season for this South Bendigo team. Brodie Haddo, with his second goal of the day, his 13th of the season, makes it a 25-point game. 8-13-61, Gisborne 13-8-86. 28 gone, fourth quarter. Score sponsor Bendigo City Framers. He is a player to marvel at, Grints.
Yeah, absolutely magnificent play. He's had a great day today. He hasn't stopped trying. A couple of goals. There's just on the back end of just that clearance work. You know, he probably hasn't had his best day in that area, but he's been brilliant for the rest of the game.
Crisp in the direction of Collins to Zimmerman, snaps around his body to half forward, and a good interception for Gisborne across half back. Manders with the footy. In fact, Haddo has kicked the last 2 goals for South Bendigo as the Bulldogs work it to half back, and Burke has the footy.
More than a quarter apart, Jacko.
That's true.
Brodie Haddo's 2 goals.
This won't be a long term. 28 minutes gone, only a goal apiece for both sides. In this last stanza, of course, Gisborne keep their premiership aspirations alive. The kick was no good from Jed Dennehy. It's been gifted to Isaiah Miller, who will be pleased about that and send it to half forward.
Kicks toward Davis, who's presented a target up there in the latter stages. Rusbridge, the spin move. Kicks inside 50. Mins with a desperate lunging attempt. Strubens keeps it in front of himself. And it's locked up inside forward 50. Not more than 3 minutes remaining. We've had long quarters all day. 32 the first, 33 the second, 31 minutes the third. We're into the 29th minute of the last. Gisborne lead by 25 points. They're going to turn the tables on South Bendigo's 2-0 record in the regular season. Ryan Burke on top of the pack. So too Benaki with another tackle, locks it up, ball up inside 50 for the Bloods.
It's deep inside their attack. They're going to the Barnard Street end. Isaiah Miller, he's been Good with the 1%ers today. Another tackle. Burke clears. He goes to half back, trying to dive and to get the footy is Harry Luxmore. He excavates it. Can't get it out. The Bloods back inside 50. Not for long, though. And a good defensive grab taken across half back for Gisborne. So Manders across the ground. He wants Evans. Grandstand side wing. Can he get the footy? He does. He sends it to half forward. Couple of options. One of them is Campbell Johns. Instead it fell in the arms of Floriani. He goes deep. High fly from the tip of the goal square was audacious, if you'd excuse me, from James Gray, but illogical in the moment.
Haven't heard it yet, Jacko. It needed to come out at some point. Hare to Rustbridge. Kicks down the line. Only Gisborne players there. They set up the wall. Burke, Trotter, Zach Dennehy, back to Trotter, off a step to full forward. Young crashes out, spills to Miletus, blind turn. He's got time to settle. He's got time to either sticks. He didn't have the composure to finish.
Now, this game's not exactly close, Joel, but the MCDFNL prelim final was a draw between Carisbrook and Natty, so they're currently in extra time. With 6 minutes into that extra time period, Carisbrook leading by 1 point. So certainly a crazy game out there.
47 apiece in that MCDFNL final. 26 points the Gisborne lead late on here.
Zach Hare went the barrel and Collins got hands on it, but a free kick has been picked out and it's going to go to Elijah Bretherton, who looks almost biblical with his facial features. He goes off the right foot up towards centre half forward for the Dogs. Off hands, Campbell Johns. He kicks off the left, inside 50. Gray wants it. He calls for it. He takes the game on. He feeds the hand pass off. Campbell Johns receives. Gray will get it back. He'll dance. He'll weave. He'll snap and goal. That's his third. Gisborne are dancing to the preliminary final. 14-9 plays 8-13. Live 25, local fresh footy. Our score sponsor is Parsons Towings, and here's Dennis Grinton.
Well, Bradley Benaki's probably been the player of the game, but James Gray not far behind. I hope we haven't gone the early crow with the with the Framer Award, boys.
Just following up from that draw before, Joel, full-time score now, Carisbrook 7-6-48, defeating Natty Bialaba 7-5-47. So Carisbrook versus Trentham in the grand final on the back of a 1 point win in extra time.
And just the 1 point scored in that extra time period. They went to it tied at 47. Thank you, Cam. So what a game they've had in the MCDFNL prelim today. In the middle, Miller. Dragged down, spills to Zimmerman for the Bloods, who've been gallant but will ultimately be overrun. They fight for it inside the defensive 50. Bretherton involved again. I'm not sure about Biblical. And who knows what the future holds for Gisborne. But their road does not end today. They're too good for South Bendigo in the first semi-final. And the Dogs will progress to play Eagle Hawk next week. And for South, their campaign comes to an end as the best of the rest outside the prelim finals. Gisborne lead wire to wire, 14-9-93 to 8-13-61. A game that was early told by which team could take advantage of the opportunities that presented themselves. It was Gisborne who did. They held on throughout, and they record a 32-point prelim final win, as they did in the A-grade netball earlier today, to book their spot in a prelim next week. And it will be Gisborne and Eagle Hawk for the right to meet Sandhurst on the biggest day of all in a couple of weeks' time. We'll grab some reaction from the Dogs camp in a moment, but Dennis Grinton, who were treated to a display in difficult conditions, a game that never quite got out of hand, but Gisborne able to maintain control.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought they were brilliant all day, Gisborne. I thought their ability to win the ball around stoppage and win them one-on-one, you know, them 1% balls was key to the game. And I just thought, I said it at the start of the day, whoever was cleanest below their knees during today's game would win today's game. But to take them opportunities forward and have 9-1 at half-time, I think it was something around that. That's just outstanding. I haven't seen that before. That's what's won them the game. They've kicked 5-8 after half-time. South tried to get themselves back into the game, but I just thought their inside 50s, they just weren't clean enough. to be fair, Joel. Look, they've had an unbelievable
Just down at ground level, Dennis.
Yep.
Sorry to jump in there.
That's
I've got
all
Brad Benacki, our Bendigo City Framers Best on Ground Sponsors Award winner today. Brad, congratulations on the win. You must be pretty pumped with that.
Yeah, pretty pumped. It's been one of them weeks we lost Jack Reaper, and then just to crack in, and probably suits us to a T this wet conditions. But yeah, no, it was really good. Proud of the boys.
Almost a little bit of flatness had been mentioned from the last few games, but you must have been pumped with the way you guys came out and started the game today.
Yeah, really pumped. Probably a driving thing during the week again was Jack Reaper. Losing him during the week, he's our skipper, second knee now in his career, and you know we lose him next year as well, but lose him in this final series. So it's just something to drive us through, and it sort of worked for us today, and hopefully it works again next week.
Vescovi steps up as captain and plays an absolutely fantastic role down in the back line as well. Played a really good job on Brock Harvey.
Yeah, Brick's been unreal all year. We give him a job every week, and he does it every week for us, so it's nothing new for him this week, and yeah, really proud of him.
Congratulations on the win, mate. Well, you'll be back here next week for a rematch against Eagle Hawk, so looking forward to that one.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Hopefully we get the chockies next week. Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
I won't hold you up so you can get in there and enjoy the song, because I don't seem to be waiting for you.
Thanks, cheers.
That was Brad Benacki, our Bendigo City Framers Best on Ground Sponsors Award, and I think it was a pretty clear decision, boys, up there to who was going to win that one. He was absolutely fantastic right from the word go.
Not for the first time, not for the last. Thank you, Cam. Great stuff from you downstairs throughout the course of the afternoon. 32-point win to Gisborne. They'll play Eagle Hawk next week in a prelim, 14-9-93 to 8-13-61. Bit of the housekeeping on the game. So the goal kickers for South Bendigo, they only kicked one goal in the last term. It was 3 to Harvey. He kicked 2 goals in that third quarter to drag them back into it. 2 goals to Brody Haddo, 1 in the third, 1 in the last. As Jackson noted, he actually got the last 2 goals of the game, one at the 31-minute mark of the third term, the next the 27-minute mark of the fourth. A goal to Lockwood, a goal to Zimmerman, and 1 to Stephen Strubens. For Gisborne, James Gray kicked 2 goals in that last quarter to finish with 3. The only 2 goals the Dogs got in that last quarter. 2 goals to Harry Luxmore, 2 goals to Matt Merritt. They both came in the second quarter. Goals also to McKenna, to Johns, to Dennehy, to Floriani, to Werner, and to Brad Benacki, who was probably a pretty clear choice for best on ground, Dennis Grinton.
Absolutely. He would have had 40 today, no doubt. Reckon if I look at the stats, 40, I reckon probably 28 of them contested. He's just absolutely brilliant player around stoppage. What I like around him around stoppage, Joel, is he gets on the move. So once he gets through that stoppage, he's in clear space. And once a player of that calibre gets into clear space out the back of the stoppage, you're normally having a set shot at goal. He's that good, or he sets up the play. I'd love playing with him. He's just an absolute bull on the inside. What a player. It's a privilege to watch a player like that play, and probably arguably one of the best finals I've seen one individual play.
And the Bloods, in terms of them, I mean, who stood up for them today in your eyes?
Oh, I thought Niski was good all day. I thought, the fella that kicked the last goal, what was his name? Haddo. I thought he was good. Harvey didn't have many chances with the ball coming in. But they had a spread. I liked Zayden Lockwood. I thought he was brilliant all day for a young player coming in playing his first final. I don't know what happened to young Turnbull after half-time. I didn't see him. Did he get injured or?
I think he was still out there, just maybe a bit quieter.
Yeah, but he started well.
Really brightly.
Yeah, started really well. And take me hat off to a young kid playing his first final. Brilliant. But I thought South, overall, wouldn't be happy now, but overall, they're the years that you can build on. You gain a couple more, gain a little bit more experience, probably another gun-on baller. They've got the good forward half. They probably need a really good, strong centre half back, but I'm not telling them anything they don't need. They don't know. Outside of that, they're not far away. They just didn't have their day today. They come on a day that was wet, and Gisborne probably just handled the conditions and the moment a little bit better from that final experience they've had over the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it was a consummate performance in the end. Norm Jenkin, what did the numbers tell us?
Well, in the last quarter, for the first time in the game, Gisborne just shaded South Bendigo with inside 50s, 13-11. Total for the day was 58 South Bendigo.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Keyser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Keyser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Keyser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training. building strength with precision.
It's the Bendigo Football Netball League top 5 for the first week of the finals. Kicking off at number 1, Jack Fallon here was fantastic to rove the pack. An off-balance snap puts it through. A great goal. Number 2, James Shishka here, just smart to get front and centre. Great work. Put it through. That's solid.
Receives and bends it goalward and puts it through for a well-needed goal for the Storm.
Number 3, this is all class. This from Josh Nitschke here. Evaded his opponent, but look where he is. He's right on the boundary line when he slots that through. That is all class from there.
Gets around one, a second, sends it towards goal and puts it through.
Zachary Vescovi here from Gisborne never took his eyes off the footy and then took the grab going into the flight. An amazing mark. Number 5, an amazing one this. Kynan Brule-Grinton here. The ball ricocheted, stuck out the shoe and put it through. You have to watch this on replay. It's unbelievable. Whoa! Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen a goal like that in a long time.
Bring Cam a hot dog to shut him up. Dennis, terrific work to work with you this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks, Joel.